go live. Yeah, boys, we're waiting for that green light coming on. Here we are. I'm here to rock and roll, son. Hey, guys, how you going? Saturday with BKRsport. Oh, boy. It is time for some Friday night football in Darwin. Gee whiz, you wouldn't have been expecting me to say that one. Yes, this game tonight is in Darwin. It is the annual Eels game here. They usually take a game up there. And it's a good experience. Last year they got pumped by the Cowboys, but it's another Cowboys, another Queensland team though. It should be a good game tonight. The Parramatta Eels. Parramatta Eels taking on the Brisbane Broncos, the Brisbane Broncos here. This is a really difficult game to read. Obviously, last night's game was absolutely incredible with the South Sydney Rabbitohs taking on the Panthers, and the South Sydney Rabbitohs scoring twice really, really late in that game to take down the defending champions. And when the Titans beat the Dolphins on Sunday, the Titans will have the same record as the Panthers this year. Thanks for coming. I just want to throw that out there. Just want to throw that little cheeky little bad boy out there. But yeah, should be a good game tonight. No idea really what to expect in regards to the fact that it is in a place that we don't usually see often. It does, like I said, Eels do take a game once a year up to Darwin to really immersify the fan base up there and trying to, keep AFL and NRL quite on par up in the Northern Territory. Obviously, it's a place that both codes would love to go to, but with that being said, very difficult to financially, and also just, very difficult stadium-wise, and there's a lot of factors that unfortunately don't bring it into the equation. But ultimately, long-term, be great to have a team in Darwin at TIO Stadium. Be very, very good to see. But let's get into the two-team lineups here, guys. Obviously, we've got quite a while until the game does start, but we get a bit of, a little bit of banter going here, bit of fun, bit of a laugh. Talk about the game and see what you guys say. So comment in the chat right now who you think wins this game. Is it the Parramatta Eels or is it the Brisbane Broncos? Let us know. But first, obviously hit that thumbs up button, guys. Subscribe if you're new around here. We're getting close now to 23,000. We're moving and grooving, baby. We are moving and grooving. Tomorrow we've also got a couple of games. Actually, who are the two games we are doing tomorrow? The two games we're doing tomorrow is the Canterbury Bulldogs and the Cronulla Sharkies, and the Cowboys and the Knights. Obviously, Sunday I won't be here. I'll be at the Dolphins-Titans game. That vlog will come out on Monday, so I won't be able to do Dolphins-Titans or Manly versus the Tigers. Yippee. But I will have a video coming out for you Sunday, and that video will be ranking Anzac jerseys that I have done, ranking the Anzac jerseys for this round. So that'll come out on Sunday morning so that you guys have something there on Sunday. But, all right, let's get into the two-team lineups here, guys. We've got Bailey Simonson and Josh Hodgson coming in for the Eels. Hayes Dunster and Makahesi Makatoa are the outs. You've got Clint Gutherson as the captain. He's the fullback with Mike Arcevo, Dosoviti, man, and Sean Russell on the wings. Bailey Simonson and Will Penasini are the centres, with Dylan Brown the 5'8" and Mitchell Moses as the halfback. I got Regan Campbell-Gillard and Junior Bolo as the front rowers, and then Josh Hodgson as the number 9. Oh boy. I'm going to be complaining a lot tonight. Sean Lane and Bryce Cartwright back row. Ryan Madison is the lock. I brought him into my Supercoach team for anyone wondering. And then the interchange, Jermaine Hopgood, Brendan Hands, Wimmer Grigg, and Matt Dory with Jake Arthur as the 18th man replacement. So pretty much a straightforward Eels team there. Actually, it just simply is a straightforward Eels team. I know they lose Hayes Dunster, but Sean Russell and Bailey Simonson are pretty much their starters anyway. I think that could just simply be their starting team. I don't know unless is Hayes Dunster their starting. I don't know. We'll see in the chat in a bit. But Eels fans, is Hayes Dunster your starting winger, or is it just simply Bailey Simonson and Sean Russell? I genuinely don't know. I think it might be this. I think it genuinely just might be this at this stage. I'm not too sure. We'll see how it goes. But Eels, they're slippery. You never want to underestimate them, or do, because you never know when they're going to win. You never, ever know when that team's going to win or they're going to lose. In here for the Brisbane Broncos, big one. Corey Oates and Thomas Flegler, they come in with Jordan Pereira and Kenan Palacia going out. Reece Walsh is the fullback with Corey Oates and Selwyn come on the wings. Herbie Farnworth and Katoni Staggs in the centres. You got Ezra Mann as a 5'8". You got Adam Reynolds, the captain, in the halfback. My boy. Thomas Flegler and Paynas front row. Billy Walters is the number 9. You get Kurt Capewell and Jordan Ricky as the back row. And then Patrick Carrigan is the lock. Corey Pakes, Corey Jensen, Kobe Hetherington, and Martin Tapau the interchange with Jesse Others as the 18th man replacement. The Broncos have been blessed this year with not being able to have any injuries. This is what helps team to win comps. It's the healthiest team that wins effectively, and the Broncos have been really healthy so far this season. They sit top of the table. Obviously, the Parramatta Eels, they sit in 12th, but they have been coming into a little bit of form recently. So let's go have a look at what happens to the table with this game. If the Broncos had a win, they would go 4 points clear for the time being over the Panthers in second, Rabbitohs in third, and the Warriors in fourth. But if the Wars are to beat the Storm on Tuesday, on Anzac Day, then it still would be a 2-point gap, and the Wars would be second position. Wowee, they'd be second. If the Broncos are to lose this game, there is a oh no, actually the points differential is not in favour of the Wires. If the Eels were able to beat the Broncos by a decent bit and the Warriors were able to beat the who they're playing, Storm, by a decent bit, they would go at the top of the table. But the Broncos do have a plus 86 differential, while the Warriors have a plus 16. So you'd effectively have to be looking at the Broncos losing by 30 and the Warriors winning by 30, which just simply isn't going to be happening here, right? So the Broncos will stay top of the table for the time being, regardless, you would assume, unless an absolute travesty happened to that team. Unless an absolute unless an absolute travesty happened to that team. For the Eels, on the other hand, obviously a lot to play for here. They are in 12th position. If they were to lose this game tonight, they're not going to go below anyone unless they lost by about 30, 35 or so to go below the Dragons. But the Dragons obviously have a chance to jump them. The Raiders have a chance to jump them. The Bulldogs have a chance to jump them. And you could even argue the Cowboys have a chance to jump them. So the Eels could still find their way finishing off this week in 16th if all things really go against them. Like really, really go against them. If they are to win this game, however, they've got a plus 13 points differential, so that put them into the top 8. They would be into the top 8. They would automatically, based on that plus points differential, go above the Dolphins. Dolphins would go to 9th, Roosters to 10th, and Titans to 11th. If they are to win by 4 points or more, they go above the Storm. They'd have to win by about 20-odd points to go above the Sharkies, but they cannot go above Manly. So the highest they can finish tonight is in 6th position. But you would assume, obviously, the Sharkies play the Dogs tomorrow. They'll probably go above them. Storm play the Wires. If you believe the Storm are going to win, then they'll go above them. So they'll keep them in 8th there. But you've still got the Titans to play, the Roosters to play, the Dolphins to play. So at least one of the Titans or the Dolphins would go above the Eels regardless. So you would assume that by the end of this weekend, you probably wouldn't be seeing the Eels in the 8 regardless due to the other teams playing. But they do need to win. They need to keep in touch with the 8. And obviously they started off the season really, really poorly. So they need to really get it moving, really get it grooving. But guys, as I said, obviously hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new around here. Let's get into the chat. Let's see what you muppets are saying, son. Get around it, baby. Get around it, baby. Let's move to the chat. Let's move to the chat. Let's move to the chat. The game starts in about 50 minutes, guys. But obviously we start up early and have a bit of a chat. Brighton says, your best bet to pick the maroon team, mate. Teams with that colour usually win. Yeah, 100%. Absolutely zero chance the Broncos to lose, mate. Zero, not possible. It's guaranteed 100%. It's a fact. It's a fact. Do you trust me, Brighton? Do you trust me? Do you trust Blazy? Well, gee whiz, you should, because there's no chance the Broncos lose tonight. I've tipped the Eels, by the way, guys. I have tipped the Eels because I just feel like the Eels are a team that you just never expect to win from, right? You can expect a loss. No, you can't even expect a loss. You can't expect anything from this Eels team. They can compete with the best, but they can also struggle to the worst, right? They can, they only lost by 4 points to Storm. They only lost by 4 points to the Sharkies. They only lost by 4 points to, who was the other team there? Who was the other team they lost by 4 points? So I remember the first 3 games of the season, they did lose all their games by 4 points. It was Manly, that's right, yeah. They lost to the Storm by 4 in extra time. They lost the 4 points to the Sharkies, and then lost by 4 points to Manly before they beat the Panthers, and then they got beaten by 8 points to Roosters, which the game was a bit bigger than that. But they always play up to their opposition. Normally, besides that Roosters game, they always play up to the opposition, and then play down to their opposition too. When they played the Tigers, they only won by 6 points there. Very close game. I actually argue if Adam Dwyer didn't get injured, and he took the kick, and who was the one that Luke Brooks took the kick from the sideline. I actually think the Tigers win that game. I think the Tigers would have ended up winning that game. Obviously, Charlie Staines shot the ball cold in a bad moment too, but, things change if you get that kick, and just the whole game is just completely different, right? So I think the Tigers would have actually beat the Eels in that game. But the game against the Doggies have a lot of injuries right now, right? A lot of injuries. So that was expected them to win that much, and it also wasn't as much of a blowout as you expect. It was 12 points for the majority of that game, which is only 2 tries, and as the Panthers found out last night, if you're not up by more than 2 tries, you're in a bit of a dodgy situation. And that's exactly where the Panthers found themselves with 7.5 minutes to go with the old I told you so crew, eh? The old I told you so crew, eh? What a matter! De'Aaron Fox says Broncos going to win. All right. Meredith says, I've seen the way Parra played against the Tigers. This will be a huge challenge. Yeah, but they always play up or down to their position. So, 64 could get around the Broncos. Brighton says, but really, mate, Parra 6 and 7 on us. They got to win 100%, no doubt, without reading about anything else. I've read about something else, all right. I definitely did. That's for sure. This is who you win. Who I win? I'm taking the underdogs not. I'm taking the Eels. But I think this obviously be a great game. And I think the Broncos are the favourites for a reason. What are your thoughts about arbitrage betting? Arbitrage betting. I should know what this is. I've definitely heard about arbitrage betting. Hold on, let me Google this. Arbitrage betting. Bang, bang, bang. I've definitely heard this before. I don't really know what it is, though. Shop arbitrage is the process of using a betting shop's coupons and a betting exchange of creating. I don't even know what you're talking about, bro. I don't know what that is. I dead set don't know what that is. I dead set have no idea what that is. Memphis says, hey, hello mate, how you doing? Parramatta should get a new coach, like it says. Who though? And also they just re-signed Brad Arthur, to be fair. They did. Blitz says this is in Darwin. Yep, it is. It is. De'Aaron Fox's Broncos own Parra. Well, that's incorrect because Parra have won 7 of the last 8 or something. 6 of the last 7 against the Broncos. Brighton said. Brighton's a Broncos fan, so there you go. You know, I don't know about Parra being owned by Brisbane at the moment. Giuseppe Ali says Broncos haven't played well against the lately, but let's go Bronx. Broncos haven't played well lately. Well, look, they lost the Raiders, and they struggled with the Titans for a good 60 minutes before, obviously, things did adjust quite dramatically. I don't know why Justin kept Tino and also Mo on the bench in the to start the second half, but overall, you know, the Broncos, if you get physical with them, they are definitely susceptible. And this Eels team, you know, you've got Ryan Maddow, you've got Junior Bolo, you've got Reem Campbell-Gillard, who was amazing last week. You know, the Sean Lane was a good offload. Josh Hodgson worries me dramatically, though. And Bryce Cartwright's fine. Jermaine Hopgood off the bench. Look, I think this is a good enough Eels team that could get physical with this Broncos team, and I think that they will cause some problems. I do. I think they will cause some problems, man, for sure. Brighton says 28 Darwin, dry hot weather footy. We can get around the Darwin. Jerry Bowe says Bronx 13 plus up the Warriors. I don't think you want that, do you? I don't think you want that up the Warriors. You don't want the Broncos to win 13 plus. You want the Broncos to lose 13 plus so the Warriors have a chance to go top of the table. What are you talking about, son? You talking about something? I don't know what you're talking about, son. Big Ball Sack says, I reckon Knights take the Cowboys tomorrow. Yeah, should be an interesting one. Obviously, you guys would know my tip for that game. I did take the Knights, but I'm very, very 50-50, not confident at all in that game. I originally bet the Cowboys and then changed it across to the Knights just because, I don't know, the Cowboys don't really deserve a tip lately. They just haven't deserved the tip for a bit, you know? They just keep losing. So, yeah, look, obviously the Cowboys absolutely should win that game and could win that game, but the Knights are playing all right now, you know? The Knights are playing all right, but the Cowboys have to get a move on. They do. Jerry Rose kick off in 1 hour in 50 minutes time at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock my time, yeah. Shimonkos versus Squeals. I hope both teams lose. Well, fair enough. Chad Johnson says, what's the matter in Parramatta? A lot of things are the matter in Parramatta. A lot of things are the matter in Parramatta. Ikis says Broncos should win tonight. Yeah, but you're a Broncos fan. You're a pretty biased Broncos fan. I'm going to get a bit of slack from you on my tipping stream because I tip the Eels, and it's like, man, if you actually listen to why people tip the Eels, there's a reason for it. Like, I get this is the thing, guys. There's so many biased people out here that unfortunately can't listen to an opposition opinion, right? I'm not tipping the Eels because I don't like the Broncos. I'm happy to tip the Broncos. Like, I can easily tip the Broncos. It's just not... It is how it is. It's what I tell you with the Titans. Like, I'm going to tip them, but in the same sense, I can be real with you guys and tell you when I don't think they're going to win. I genuinely believe they're going to beat the Dolphins, but, like, if we're playing the Panthers, like, I'm going to struggle to say, like, oh, no, we're 100% to do it. But you unfortunately, you can't actually listen to somebody else's opposition opinion and try to put slack on them for telling you that they don't believe your team's going to win. And I think that absolutely the Broncos can win, but the fact of the matter is that the Eels have won 6 out of the last 7 against the Broncos. The last time the Eels played the Broncos in Darwin, the Eels absolutely slapped them. Granted, that's a completely different Broncos team, but the fact of the matter is that the Broncos aren't going to win every single game from here on out, right? They're top of the table for a reason, absolutely. But also, this is a big test here for the Broncos. They're taking on a team that can play up to them, a team that can get physical with them, a team that is going to be able to withstand these conditions because the fact that they're there every single year. The Eels know this ground way more than the Broncos do. Does that mean the Broncos can't win? Absolutely not. I definitely believe the Broncos can win this game. There's a reason why they're favourites. There's a reason why they should be winning this game. But there's also a reason why a team in 12th position going up against a team in first is only $2.18 to win this game. Right? There's a reason why it's nearly even odds. Like $1.71 to $2.14 is basically even. It's saying there is an advantage with the Broncos for sure. The advantage is absolutely with the Broncos, but the Eels genuinely have a chance here to win this game. The Eels have been getting on a roll. Yes, they've been pumping opposition that they should be pumping, but you know they've had a tough start to the season. They've gone through all those big teams now. They get to the Broncos, and then they're going to have an easier stretch after this. But they will play up to the Broncos tonight. Does that mean they win? I don't know, but they definitely have an opportunity, and there's 100% a chance for them to sneak a W here in Darwin tonight. Big Ball says Dragons going above the Eels after this game. Dragons don't know how to go above nothing. Evidence says Cowboys will jump the Eels, no doubt about that. Oh, I don't know about that. Cowboys couldn't jump nothing. Cowboys are in 16th right now, man. Yeah, I wouldn't be too confident in the old Cows at the moment. Ben James, first try scorer of this game. I'll go Sean Russell. I'll go Sean Russell here for the Eels. I think it's a winger, but in the same sense, I'm pretty happy to go Sean Russell. I think he's a good player. I wanted him in my super coach until he got injured, and then he's back now, but I just haven't put him back in. Memphis says Cal. That's right. Tom says I don't know who to tip. I took the Eels, but in the same sense, either way, bro, it's a really tough game to predict. Iki says we should because we have been the best team so far. I disagree. There's been teams that have played better teams. The Broncos, okay, besides that Panthers game to start off with, you've played a Dragons team that's dreadful, a Cowboys team that's a shadow of themselves from last year, a Tigers team that hasn't won a game yet, a Raiders team that they've only won 2 games, one of them against you, the other one was at home against the Sharks, which was great, but they're still down to bottom 4 of the table, and a Titans team that's still trying to find their feet with 6 of their starting 13 out. Right, with AJ Brimson out, with Jojo Fafita out, with Sammy Verrills out, with Jimmy Jolliffe out, and with Bo Firma out, right? That's actually 5 because Kieran Foran came back to the team. So it's like, yes, the Broncos have got good scores on them, but the fact of the matter is that you've got to see it from a non-biased perspective, man. There's more to the game than just looking at the scores against these teams, because the teams that they're playing, they're expected to win these games. Right? You can't just hold on to that Panthers game. Like, hold on to it, okay? Do your best and hold on to that round 1 win. But let's wait and see with the Broncos going up against better teams on a more consistent basis. Like, it's not rocket science, man. Like, they played the Tigers, right? Most of you guys don't think the Titans are that good. Okay, so then the Titans aren't that good, right? That's the Titans, the Tigers, and the Raiders in 3 straight weeks. And then you've got the Dolphins as well. Dolphins are major strugglers. They're gonna be in a world of pain eventually, but the fact of the matter is that they're okay right now for sure. But they play the Dolphins, the Cowboys who will shadow themselves, the Raiders, the Tigers, and the Titans. Right? So cool. Round 1, 7 weeks ago, they beat the Panthers. That's fine. Right? But you've got to look at it from a non-biased perspective. There are so many factors here. So many factors. Do I think the Titans will win the comp this year? No. But I genuinely going to back my team in regardless. But it's just that there's a difference between being biased and having an open perspective to understanding what's actually happening in rugby league right now. Full Para NRL games is Manly, not playing on. Did the Cows lose any players? Because if not, that's what's caused their downfall, you reckon? Oh, they're just got a hangover from last year, man. They had a great year last year. A fantastic year the Cowboys had. But they got a bit of a hangover where they were good. And then I told you guys this last year, though. I said, I feel like it is a 1-year kind of thing. And it happened. It's a 1-year kind of thing, unless they can turn it around. I just don't see anything from them at the moment. I just don't. Tiraki Nomanga says, I reckon the Eels will get the job done tonight. I reckon it'll be close. I think the Broncos are favourites for a reason, but I reckon it'll be close. Giuseppe Ali says, let's go Bronx. Have not played well against the Eels lately, so just go get the win. Exactly right. 6 out of the last 7 they've lost. Lucas says the Eels just make too many mistakes for me. I agree. I think they do make a lot of mistakes. Jacob Arada says, go to Cowboys. Brighton says, yeah, but the Eels are desperate for a win, and on paper, these teams are not that far apart at all. Well, what was the Eels score last year against the Bronx? Didn't the Eels put a score past the Broncos late in the year? With a very similar Broncos team to what it is now. 2022, 53-6. At Suncorp Stadium. They beat 53-6 at Suncorp Stadium. You know, this is a very similar team. Let's go have a look at the team from the Broncos that night. Let's go have a look. Tamari Martin, different. Corey Oates, same. Katoni Staggs, same. Brenko Lee, different. Jordan Pereira, different. Ezra Mann, yes. Adam Reynolds, yes. Thomas Flegler, yes. No Jake Turpin. They've got Payne Haas. It's not even that much of a change. Payne Haas, yes. Kurt Catewell, yes. Jordan Rickey, yes. Corey Jansen, yes. Billy Walters, yes. Kobe Heffington, yes. Kim Palacio, no. And Zach Hosking, no. So it's a very, very similar Broncos team, right? Very, very similar team. Let's go have a look at the Eels team. Gutho, yes. Sivo, yes. Panasini, yes. Opacek, no. Blake, no. They've actually probably improved in those regards. Dylan Brown, yes. Mitchell Moses, yes. Reed Campbell-Gillard, yes. Reed Marnie, different. Junior Paulo, yes. Sean Lane, yes. Isaiah Lee, different. Marani Nikore, different. Ryan Maddow, yes. Makasi Makatoa, no. Jay Carter, no. And Oren Kafusi, no. So it's like very, very similar teams to what they had last year. You know, so to completely wipe out the Eels just because of the start of the season that the Broncos have had is outrageous. Like, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Like, you just have this is the thing. Like, this is why you have a look around. This is why you look. Big Ball Sake says Broncos been on a whole different level this year. Eels not so much. I don't think you're listening to what I'm saying. Mevedith says, do you think the weather could trouble Para up in Darwin? They did lose the Cowboys up there last year. A lot of fans were complaining about the heat. Okay. Titans beat the Storm in that kind of weather. Like, it's like not... Sydney's weather is different, but in the same sense. Like, again, like, I'm not saying to you guys the Eels are going to win this game, but to completely write them off immediately is ridiculous. I'm not saying you are, Mevedith. I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying the Eels are going to win this game. It's a very 50-50 game, and the Broncos are favourites for a reason, but you know, there's a reason why it's a lot closer than people are making out. Brighton says, mate, go through play for play. It's very similar. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Iki's just a very biased Broncos fan, bro. Eddie Ace is up at Broncos. And Monaco of Woody is up at Broncos. But says, I hate Broncos stream so much. Brandon says, would like Hands of Origin. To be honest, Hands was good last week. Yeah, Hands is good, man. I think that they're really trying to implement him more. And I think that they've paid a bit of money for Hodgson. But he hasn't come back from that injury well for me. I think the injury has really stumped him. And, you know, he's been a great player for Canberra in the past for sure. But I think the injury has really stumped him quite a bit. Air Track 77-year-old. Oh boy, I'm behind the stream a little bit. Hope we see another good game tonight, bro. This season's been incredible, Jai. It will be more than likely. It could be a blowout. Broncos could blow them out, but there's a reason for this. Okay, Grayson Livingston. Okay, mate. It says climate could play an effect here. Whoever got there earlier could have an advantage. Yeah, in the same sense, you know, the last time the Eels played them there a couple of years ago, they flogged them. But the Broncos probably would be closer, I guess. To the climate of Darwin, but Darwin's a breed of its own, man. Blissy says Blaze never predicted wrong in his life, so get on Sean Russell, get on him. Sue, I think that it will be Sean Russell first try. Jay says almost 100 watching. Hit that like, sub, and jump up in the chat. Sub and jump up in the chat. Gee whiz, not sub up and jump in the chat. Just I want you to sub, I want you to subscribe, and then I want you to jump up for joy because you just subscribed. That's what Jay's saying. Exactly right. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe. Jador says, what are your thoughts on who drops out of the bench if AJ Brimson comes back? I don't think he does. I think that he plays next week. I don't think that we risk him this week. I think he comes back in and just crushes it against the Manly Seagulls at Brookvale where, you know, he's known to have a good game. But if he does come in, I still believe they'll put Jaden to 14. I don't believe that... there was some crazy thing saying Tanner would go to 9, Kieran will go 7, and AJ goes to 6. I think that'd be the stupidest thing if we do that. If it happens, cool, but I think that'd be so stupid to do that. So, no, I would personally put JC back to that 14. It works well with us, but Cruz leave... that's the thing, though, because, you want Cruz and Chris. I think they work well together. It's tough, man. It's tough. I love my boy Chris. Chris is a great bloke, man. I think I like a little bit of Cruz leaning a little bit better, to be fair. I think Chris is a tackle bot, though. He's a really good defensive player, for sure. But it's hard, because, you want JC and AJ in the same team together, but... I don't know, I just feel like you wouldn't mess with that halves combo right now, and then you'd have to figure out if you want Chris Randall or Cruz leaving as that number 9. I don't know. Chris is a monster though in defense, and Cruz just has to put a bit more attack in him, but that's a hard question, man. It's a hard question, but I think that Holbrook probably puts JC to the 14. I think that's probably what happens, but, you know, Cruz came in after we started the season, so we don't know what the team would look like with him there and, you know, a more of a full team. Jay. So he says, who do you think will get the first try tonight? I'll go on Sean Russell. Lax Axels is up to Waz. Remo 07 says OC to score first. I like it. Isaac City says, when's the game? The game starts at 8 o'clock. At 8 o'clock is when the game starts. Axel says, let's get another beautiful game. The season that keeps on giving. How good is this season, son? Gee whiz. This season is unbelievable. Joshua Layton says, Bronx on a mish. Mr. Sport, give us a multi, sir. All right, Sundo. And only because you said please and put the kiss there. That's the, you know. Got it, son. Oh, God, that was so shit. I'm so sorry. All right, let's go have a look at a multi, Sunday. What are we putting, $10 on? What are we doing? All right, let's go have a look. Let's go jump on. While I do this, guys, thumbs up, subscribe. All right. So what are we doing? We're putting $10 on something again, are we, Sunday? No worries. I'll win us some money, son. Don't you worry. We're getting up to the... Because I get 10%, we've got to get it to 100 to 1 so that we can go 10, as in put 10 on it, and I get at least $100. There you go. All right. Then you get $900, mate. You're flying, son. You'll be off to the Paris... France World Cup by the end of the year, if that's the case. All right, NRL matches, let's go have a lookie. All right, we'll go on Sean Russell first try score straight up. We're going, we'll do it, you got to do it. You got to do it. 12.50 to 1, thanks for coming. Oh boy, 12.50 to 1, Sean Russell first try scorer. You heard me. We've got Parramatta Squeals 1 of 12. We've got Parramatta Squeals 1 of 12. Sean Russell first try scorer. All right, we're at 26 to 1 right now, Sunday. Total match points. We're going to go over. No, we can't do that. It won't let me do it in a multi. All right. All right, what do we got here? So, race to X points. Race to 20 points. We're going to go Parramatta. It's a 40.50. $40.50. We need something to get us up. So we've got race to 20 points. Easy Parramatta Squeal. Early payouts. Oh, do we do it? Do we do it, Sundo? Do we do it? We're going 8 minutes or later. It's an 88.50, Sundo. It's an 88.50. We've got Sean Russell, first try scorer. Parramatta Squeals, 1 at 12. Eels race to 20 points. And 8 minutes or later, first try. Now, let's make something simple. Let's make something easy here, just to bank this in. Make this a little bit really simple, baby. Really, really quickly. Come on. Eels first half total points. We'll go over 9.5. It's at 94.50. Okay. Oh, 10.5 Broncos first half total points. I don't know about that. Time of last try. After the 75th minute. No, you can't do it. Not allowed to do it. Time first Parramatta Eels try. It's 15 minutes or earlier. 15 minutes or later. We have to go, but then that means we'd have to have a try between the 8. No, we can't. It's not letting me do it. It's not letting me do it. Line. Parramatta Eels plus 2.5. No, you can't do that because that just doesn't make any sense, mate. We got it. Over 43.5 total match points. Sundo, we're going crazy, son. We're going crazy, son. You want to hear this? The multis are 161 to 1. We're going Sean Russell, first try scorer. We're going Parramatta Squeals, 1 at 12. We're going Eels race to 20 points. We're going 8 minutes or later time first try. We're going Eels first half total points over 9.5. And we're going over 43.5 total match points. You heard me, son. $10. That would be $1,610, and the old BKRsport brigade, we get 160. How good? How good's that? How good's that? Oh, let's get back to the chat. Are you sure Oates is back? I am sure Oates is back because I read his name out, and he's starting on the wing. I've read his name out. It says Corey Oates right there. It says Corey Oates right there. I am correct, Mundo. I am the correct Mundo, sir. Why is Sonia Hasia spamming the chat? I don't know. EQ says, I like that bias, man. Appreciate you for the $2 donation. Appreciate you, Q. You are definitely biased. You are. But appreciate you for the $2 donation, EQ. Appreciate it, bro. Italia B says, who should be in number 6 for Origin, Haynes or Luai? Haynes? I don't know who Haynes is. Jared Haynes can't play. But I'll take Luai with Nico Hines on the bench at 14. That's what I would do. Seriously, I think the Eels going to win. I got a feeling that they're going to win. Well, there you go. Fran says Hodgson has to be on tonight. Hodgson would be lovely for him to do that. It'd be lovely. Knowing Brad Arthur's hands, it gets the last 20 minutes today. Aces, you're right. You are right, unfortunately. Big Ball Stack says, I got a feeling the Broncos are going to smash him. You're a Broncos fan. Nathan Johnson says, who was the Muppet last night and said the game was over with 8 minutes ago? David McGawsey. Nah, David's a good bloke. David's just getting amongst it. It's what happens, man. If you call a game over with 7 minutes to go, then I'm going to call it out. Especially when you say the words, I told you so. When you say that, you're gone. You're a slapper. You slapper. It's all good fun. All good fun. Lauren Ingersoll says, Eels for the win only till the last 8 minutes because Broncos walked this game. What? Oh, that's last night's comment. If anyone doesn't know what we're talking about, last night with I took the Rabbitohs, obviously, the underdog against the Panthers, and with 7.5 minutes to go, we had a subscriber comment at the beginning of the stream saying, the Broncos are going to walk this one, it's going to be too easy, it's going to be men against boys, basically. And then with 7.5 minutes to go, and the Panthers scored to make it 8 points, the difference. He came out and said, I told you so, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, come on, man. Like, the Rabbitohs made a lot of mistakes. They probably should have won that game by more, realistically. And then the Rabbitohs scored 2 quick tries, and in the last minute and whatnot, win the game, and I just let loose. It's all good fun, but I did. Giuseppe Ali says, does Cruz become the starting hooker later this season? No, Sammy Verrills, mate. Sammy Verrills is our starting hooker when he comes back. Mike says, anyone know the current temp of the stadium? Let's go have a look at Darwin temperature. Darwin, it's 29 degrees Celsius in Darwin right now. 29 degrees Celsius. It's meant to, tomorrow it gets real hot. But no, it's 29 degrees Celsius right now. So it's definitely got a bit of spice to it. So a little bit of tang there, baby. A little bit of tang for sure. Sure. Blaze, are you saying that if I kiss you, you will do anything I want? Okay, you're getting, look, listen, you do you, bro. Listen, no one's judging you here, but that was a really, really strange comment, Medvedev. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. That was a bit of a weird comment, Medvedev. that was strange. Jill Winston says, be good if Corey Oates gets first try. Be great to see. Either Rose or K-Well. Sid anytime try scorer, I like it. Brighton says Broncos have conceded the first try in almost all their games this year. Did Titans score first? Yeah, they did. They did score the first try against Broncos. Giants says hot weather footy can see a few tries tonight. Yes, the boys. No, Sundo, it does have to be 100 odds. No. We're going. Next week, we'll change it up, Sundo. Next week, we'll make it a little bit more simple, son. A little bit more simple. We'll make sure we win next week. But we're going to win big tonight. And Sundo, you're gonna say, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for making sure we did the 160 odds. I don't want to lose too much money, bro. But next week, we'll do it. We'll do a more safe multi. Harrison James says, let's go Eels. We won last year, round 24. We will win again in 2023, round 8. The Dogs lost the Tigers. Now Brisbane will lose too. Bye-bye, Brisbane. Get into them, Harrison. Get into them, mate. Cowboys fans, I'll put $5 on it. Well, you're going to owe me 50%. Got to make Sunday rich. Exactly right, Daz, mate. Exactly right. No, KO's working tonight, luckily enough, Jay. KO's working tonight. And KO is working fine. Lifewood says, having a cheeky flutter, mate, you know, we can't complain with a cheeky flutter. Got some ginger ale here, you know. Getting loose. We're getting loose on a Friday night. We're getting loose. Stefan, the horses will Reece Walsh cramp up? More than likely. I think odds are $1.01. I think odds are $1.01 for Reece Walsh, blocking Mick Walsh, man, to cramp up. TSMIG Fuel says, I hate whoever said Panthers have already won last night. Yep, you can blame him. You can blame David. Jai says, Ricky Brown, Sivo, Walsh, Parra, win, 201-1. You're going to owe me 10% of that. Blaze will see this in 15 minutes. G'day, 15 minutes ago, J-Hose. Blaze says, when the game starts, hopefully it speeds up. Hopefully you speed up. Julian Grosso says, there's always something about Parra when they go up into the Brisbane. They do. They're absolutely, for sure. But they're not in Brisbane. They've gone to Darwin. Justin Sunder, here we go, says, okay, over 43.5 match points. Parramatta first to score 20. Sean Russell first try scorer. Parramatta 1 of 12. I'm on Rob Waterhouse because I'm still on a timeout from Sportsbet. $15 on at $81 odds. I like it. How did that get so much less than what I did? Hold on, son. Did you miss out on something, son? You miss out on something. You miss out. Parramatta first 20. You got it. You got Sean Russell first try scorer. Bang. Parramatta Eels 1 of 12. Bang. Eels race to 20 point. Oh, no, we've already got that. No. Over 43.5 match point. What are you missing here? I'll try 8 minutes or later. Have you taken that one out, you sneaky little devil? Hey? Have you taken that one out? And the Eels over 9.5 first total points. I'm to the Eels tonight. Thank you, Antonio. I've already tipped the Eels though, son, so you heard it here first. You're copying my tip, Antonio. You are copying my tip. Antonio, you better have hit that thumbs up button, son. You better have come in here and you better have hit that thumbs up button. Gee whiz. Jay says, Payne Haas better than Parramatta forever, was I reckon. I would agree. I think Payne Haas is incredible. I think the Payne Haas, that's a rough statement to make because Pedro was a fantastic player. But I would say that if I'm taking the two, I'm taking Payne Haas. But two different plays in two different areas. I'd still say Payne Haas though, yeah. I'd still take Payne Haas. Can't wait to see Brad Arthur with his 15 bottles of water. He loves a good water, that bloke. Patch says Warriors beat Storm. I've got Storm winning, but I would love to see the Wars win, man. I would love to see the hype in New Zealand if the Wars were to win that game for sure. Brighton says, does that mean I can blame you for jinxing the shit out of my team if we lose? No, you can't, because I believe there's 100% guaranteed no way the Broncos lose tonight. There's no chance, son. No chance. It's a fact. Is it a fact, son? It's a fact. He said it. We're at the stadium right now, just looking over at some bloke. Bazza, is it a fact the Broncos win tonight? All right. Well, he's giving me the finger, but he said yes before. Justin Sanders says Rob Waterhouse doesn't have those options. What's Rob Waterhouse? What is this thing? I thought it was who was the other bloke? Wasn't it somebody else? Tom Waterhouse? Wasn't it Tom Waterhouse? What's up, mate? Just tuned in. What's your prediction? Lorenzo, I've gone with the Eels, but it's a very tough game to predict. The Broncos will be up for it. The Eels will be up for it. It's in Darwin. A bit of this, bit of that. It should be a good game. Big game tonight, Joe Boy, absolutely. And Tony says, I tipped them last week before you did. No, you didn't. Chill Win says, hit the like button. Only 23 people have hit the like button, you muppets. Only 23 people have hit the like button? Nah, bullshit. You better hit that thumbs up button. Guys, I tell you what, if you don't hit that thumbs up, I'm ending the stream. 25 minutes before the game starts if you don't hit the thumbs up button. Oh, no. I just realised I'm going to have to do the minute of silence just because you guys are going to complain. It's going to be led by Dazmate. Dazmate's going to be the one to complain to make us do a minute of silence every single stream this weekend. It's like I'm going to the Titans-Dolphins game. I'm going to the Titans-Dolphins game. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do my minute of silence at the Titans-Dolphins. And I'm going to be getting up at 3 a.m. in the morning to go to the dawn service on Tuesday. Dear me. But it's not Anzac Day. It's not Anzac Day, Jay. Get into Jay. Slap him down for me. Slap him down. Cocomelon Rules says, crazy how Dylan Brown hasn't scored yet this season. It is pretty crazy, yeah. Lauren Ingertow says, hope Blocker Roach not commentate this week at all. Unfortunately, it is not a Christmas miracle because I bet you that he's probably commentating tomorrow. I bet you. Just Joshua Matawatia says, you people will lose. Matawatia? I don't know, maybe I got that wrong. Matawatia? Joshua Matawatia says, you people will lose your bet if you go for the Eels. Mate, it's Sunday. Blake, take it out on Sunday, son. Take it out on the old Sunday. I'm helping you, son. I'm helping you, Joshua. I had this last night, Joshua. Everyone calling me crazy for tipping the Rabbitohs. Everyone say you're crazy, man. Why you tipping the Rabbitohs, man? The Panthers, they win back-to-back premierships. The Rabbitohs, say, what they've done so far, they're not that good. And I say, hey, listen, I know the Panthers are pretty good, man, but I think the Rabbitohs got a little bit of something going here tonight. And tonight, everyone's saying, you're crazy, man. Why you tip the Eels? The Eels have got nothing. They're 12th place right now. Broncos are first place. You know, I think they've got to be something. I think they've got to be something. But that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking, Joshua. Lucas says that vlog better have a full minute of silence as well. It's not going to have a full minute silence, but you will see me being quiet for a minute. You will see, not for the whole minute, but you will see me. You will see me at a point of the minute of silence. All right. Also, question for people who are in the Army / Navy / Air Force and whatnot. Is it disrespectful to actually do the salute? Like, is it disrespectful? Like, because I don't mean any disrespect by it. Because I know that, I think it's this one is Air Force, this one is Army, and this one's Navy, if I'm not mistaken. Is it disrespectful? Logan Paul says, Blaze, you better stream the dawn service. Well, why would I stream the dawn service, mate? It's got nothing to do with sport. It's got nothing to do with sport. House plays BK, who do you think will win? I think the viewer will win. I think the viewer will win, so. No, but I think I've got the Eels tonight. But it'll be a very good game. But I could also see a world where the Broncos slap them down. I could also see a world where the Broncos absolutely slap them down too as well. Like, I can see both worlds here. Chilwell says, Woo Blaze puts so much effort in, it needs to be put on trending. Mate, we're flying, mate. We're doing what we're doing. You know, all about consistency. You know, we're slapping down some streams, having some good times, and, you know, we've got some big games tomorrow as well. Should be good. Should be good. Back in Parramatta night, mate. There you go. Sean Johnson, down Liam. Oh, there you go. Chill Winston says, Anzac biscuits, soft or hard? What's your preference? I'll go soft, son. Gotta get some soft Anzac biscuits into you. Egg was a soft biscuit. If you're a Tumen, or if you're in like Fiji, that's a funny thing to say, by the way. You like the soft biscuit. Right, Robinson says, NRL Sunday for you. Tiger shitfest with Blocker Roach commentating. How bloody good. Sucks to be you guys. I don't have to listen to that Muppet on Sunday. You guys have to. You don't get to listen to me. You get to listen to the Blocker Roach for the 2 games on Sunday. Unlucky, mate. Unlucky, mate. There is an airport at Rare Ranch, Jay, actually. You know, there's so many people going there, they've had to actually, create the airport. Joey Boyson going Parramatta tonight. Logan Phillips is soft, definitely. Joshua Maltautia says 30 points. I'm going to call you Joshua. Because remember, there was players, I think he plays in the Super League now, with the same last name. And I kept calling him Matawatia or something like that, but I think it's like pronounced Matautia. What was his name again? Played for the Knights for a bit. Played for the Knights. Didn't really work out. I think he's done all right in Super League. Patch says Broncos win on Friday nights. Thank you, Patch. They play every game on Friday night. Besides last week where they play Saturday night, which is still pretty much Friday night, just with a sat in front of it. Lucas says, no, I want to watch you stand there in silence for 60 seconds. All right, well, no. Macapaka says, oh man, I was going to subscribe to BKR Dawn Service. Thank you, Macapaka. Justice Palmer says, when's the game starting? In 20 minutes' time. 20 minutes' time. It's going to be a big one. I can feel it. I can feel a big game coming up here. I can feel it. Jason's bumping out. Bob says, do you think Chris Thomas has cursed the Cowboys? Good. Good. Love the streams this week, Joe Boy says. Mate, we're here every week, son. Get around. Cocomelon Rules, I just want to see a random player just come into the NRL and dominate the NRL until they retire. That would be crazy. What do you want, man? What are we thinking here? What's the thinking here? What's the thinker of this comment? What do you mean? What's the thinker of this comment? What, are you meant to see like a player just be a god? Are we meant to see Zeus just come down and play rugby league? Like, look at the talent we've got right now. We've got Troll Mitt, we've got AJ Brimson, dear me, Tina Fasil Malawi. We've got other crazy good players like David Fafita. We've got Aaron Shuppy, we've got like Tanner Blue, Sammy Verrills and stuff like that. Don't even start me on Moe Fodawaker. Aaron Clark. What an absolute plethora of NRL talent we've got right now. Lauren Ingertow says, yeah, don't know about salutes, but I heard wearing camo can be disrespectful to some since soldiers have died in army gear. I feel like that would be disrespectful if you're wearing like something, like it's like fallen, is it valor? Something stolen valor or something in America? If you wear, like this is disrespectful because people are trying to get free shit, but like if you wear an army uniform and trying to get free shit, that's obviously disrespectful. Surely if you're wearing like camo to a dawn service, you're obviously you're doing it as a respect though. I wouldn't fight, sure. I don't know though. I haven't been a part of the army, so I wouldn't know what's disrespectful and what's respectful. That's why I asked the question. Justin Stunner says, yeah, imagine not going to Dolphins-Titans game would never be me. Well, at least you get to watch greatness in person, Sunder. You don't have to go to Allianz Stadium and watch some Trooksters team. Like, what's going on there? Olivia Reed says, hey, I'm excited to see Corey play tonight. I missed him. He's my secret husband. Corey Jensen. No, you're not. No, it's not. You're not talking about Corey Jensen. Corey? Oh, Corey Oates. I was going to say, Corey Jensen is the most random player to ever say that for. I get it now. Corey Oates makes sense. Corey Jensen, I would have been like, what's wrong? What's happening here? Why have you got such a big... why you got such a big crush on Corey Jensen? But I get Corey Oates. I get it. Yeah, imagine, that's right. Bullet Blaze happy to win tonight. It'll be interesting. Carlos Castello Suarez is testament to how insane the games have been. I love how fresh you look in your streams at the start of the round as opposed to the Sunday night stream. Man, it's tiring, man. It's tiring. At least, yeah. The Sunday streams that just gets you, bro. Like, because you do have the Thursday game, the Friday games, the Saturday games, and then by Sunday, it's like I've been to a Titans game. I've travelled either domestically or I've been to a game and I just put all my heart and soul and energy into what I do with the front line and whatnot, with the drums and the chants and the atmosphere and the vibes and whatnot. So I am exhausted by those Sunday games. So, I'm vibing. I'm vibing until I get to a game. I put all of it out there, and then, yeah. But I get Monday to rest up this week. The vlog will come out for you guys Monday from Titans Dolphins, but I get Monday to rest up, and then we go again Tuesday. And I'm so excited for the Tuesday games. Dragons, Roosters, and Storm vs Warriors. It should be a good one. Samson Suki says this game is going to be a close one for sure. I hope so. Carlos Suarez says, love your work, appreciate you, bro. Loki Villain says, I'm the number one Muppet up in here. Not one of y'all can take my crown. Ooh, Dasmate's got something to say about that. Rainbow's Adventure says, let's go, I'm back, bro. Let's go, son. Joshua Mataltia says, who are you betting? I'm betting on the Eels, and I know you're not going to like that, because you've already told us to bet on the Broncos. Lucas says, so you just want to watch a generational talent? Yeah, and we've got plenty of them. I think the Mataltia you're referring to is Sione. Yeah, played second row as well as lock from memory. Yes, and I think he's gone to the Super League, and I think he played for Australia at one stage, which is random, but I think he played for Australia at one stage. Logan Ville's Broncos by 20. Here we go. Yeah, you are a Muppet. Joshua says, what a best year of footy. Jay Hayes says, wearing camo is fine, but not their full kit with patches, etc. That's stolen valor. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. Fowler? Is it Fowler or Valor? I think it's Valor in it with V. Olivia says, too many Corys in this team. Sorry, you should be sorry. Then it says, have you got Poppy with you? I do not have my Poppy with me. You know why? Because it's not Anzac Day yet. It's not Anzac Day yet, Medvedev. I don't know if you know this, but Medvedev, the Anzac Day is not today. It's not today, mate. 15 minutes to go until game starts. Come on. Hit that thumbs up button. Loki Villain says, getting timed out is better than being banned, bro. Just don't say something stupid. Yeah, there's a lot of stupid shit that gets said that gets timed out. I don't do the timeouts. I don't do it. You'll hear it. Like, I'll click on you right now. I'm not going to time you out. But I'll tell you if I'm going to time you out. But the moderators do their job just fine. Don says, bullshit, you want to be me. Chill Winston says, who have you tipped for Parramatta as BKR? Oh, I tipped the pre-season, I think, as the Rabbitohs, and I'm pretty happy to still say I've got Rabbitohs Sharks as my grand final, and I think that'd be a great grand final, but I do still have Rabbitohs Sharks my grand final. I think Panthers will definitely be there, but I don't think they'll make the grand final this year. Let's get around the Titans. Let's get around the Titans a little bit here. Egan says, yep, Sonny Mataltia. I remember someone saying he was going to captain Australia. I think he played for Australia, though, didn't he? I think he did, which is super random, but good on him. Uh, Sean Martin says stolen Valor. Jay says Valor, keyboard is drunk. I also think it's OUR, isn't it? Isn't it OUR? You still drunk. Samson Suki says, just started watching NRL this year and been loving it so far. Good year to start watching it, Samson. Good year to start watching it. Because besides the Tigers, every other team is actually genuinely fun to watch. Like, aside the Tigers. But as a newbie of the NRL, don't worry, you'll get used to the Tigers struggling. They have not made the finals in 12 years. The West Tigers have not made the finals since 2011. They have been close many times, and then there's 2 times that come to memory, right? There's 2 times that come to memory with the Tigers. 2016, the Tigers were in 8th. The Titans, my team, were in 9th. The Tigers, all they had to do was win the final game of the round because the Titans lost their... No, sorry, the Titans were in 8th, the Tigers were in 9th. The Titans, I believe, lost to the Cowboys in the last round of the season. And all the Tigers need to do at Leichhardt Oval, infamous oval for them, place they never win, it's their home ground. All they had to do was beat the Raiders at home on Sunday, packed out. All they had to do was win by 1 point. And they got beaten by 50. This team got beaten by 50 at Leichhardt. It was like 53-4 or some shit. Now let's move forward to 2019. So the Titans make the finals that year. Let's move forward to 2019, where the Tigers are in 8th position. The Sharks are in 9th position. And hey ho, let's go. Tigers play the Sharks in the final round of the season. And guess what? It's at Leichhardt, their infamous home stadium. All they have to do is win that game. And they let Paul Gallen, one of the best locks of all time, but he's a lock, kicked a field goal. He kicked a field goal. They let Paul Gallen kick a field goal for the Sharks. This is how detrimental this team is to my mental health, let alone to Tigers fans' mental health. Stop it, man. Gee whiz. I was at that game too. There's a vlog of the game on the channel. There's a vlog there. Oh, I just can't do it. I can't deal with this team, son. I can't deal with them. She's Red says, I can't handle another golden point. That'd be awesome, but it'd be awesome to see. Jill Winston says, reckon Payne Haas will go to Union? No. And Memphis says, I'm curious, what makes you tip the Sharks to make the grand final? They've been kind of up and down, I'm just wondering. Because it's a long season, I think they've shown plenty of signs, and I think they've got a great team. Joshua Martelsi says, Bunny says Broncos grand final. Broncos did the same thing last year and fell apart. I wouldn't be backing in the Broncos right now. But the Broncos are good enough to do it, but in the same sense, I want to see them do it for a full season. I want to see them have a good regular season first. Like last year, they were top 4 with 5 weeks or 4 weeks to go and missed the 8. So, very similar team. Eels for 2 this year. Sasson says, skip every Tigers game, Samson. It'll save you from an aneurysm. Exactly right. Luke Lewis getting out of Broncos. Logan's aviation is crying about something. What's he crying about? I only said it 2 times, not timeout worthy. Logan, brother, move on, my guy. Move on, brother. Just ignore it. Move on. If you keep referring to it, you're going to get the timeout from CJ Hayes. You don't want to get the timeout from CJ Hayes. So just move on, bro. Move on. Get back into the chat. We've got 10 minutes to go until the game starts. 10 minutes to go until the game starts. Patch says Warriors the dark horse. Okay, I'll give it to you. But in the same sense, I don't see the Warriors winning this year by any means. I think that if there's a dark horse, it would be... Yeah, you'll give it to the Wars. You'll give the Wars the dark horse, but... Yeah, I know the Wars too well. I know the Wars way too well. You guys know the Warriors too well. There's no way that anyone can be confident in this team yet. Warriors fans will celebrate their team successes, but please don't bite off more than you can chew, because we've seen the Warriors play well before, and then so please, I want the Warriors to do well. I love the Wars, but I just want to settle it down a little bit on the old Wars. Gallen kicking a field goal was kind of iconic. No, it was great. I was there. I was supporting the Sharkies for my mum there, against the Tigers. And I was there with a Tigers friend of mine, and you're not happy, man. He wasn't very happy. He was not very happy there. Loki Villain says, I predicted the Tigers to be a solid team this season. My instincts were wrong. Don't worry. Rando also backed in. Because I remember when Rando and I did the front row forwards team maker, he was telling me that Tigers were going to be, his bowlers for the 8 this year. And I was like, you need a few more to drink tonight. And we can come to the conclusion that he did need a few more to drink tonight. Yeah, he did. Vesta says Simonson playing did the Broncos. Jason Durham says, if you had the power to make the perfect NRL team, what would be the players in the team? Oh, bro, I can't go through a full team right now. Not on a stream like this. I can't go through a full team. That's for a video or something like that. I couldn't go through a full team right now. Because I don't know, are you talking about like all time? Are you talking about right now? Satan Kelton says, the wires will fall off eventually. It'll happen. It's happened too many times to me. Exactly right. Luke Lewis says, go Brisbane. Memphis said, the Knights continue to play like they did for the last few weeks. Would they be considered dark horse? They're not going to win the comp, bro. They're not going to win the comp. No, even this last few weeks, like, good on them, but they're not going to win the comp. Luke Lewis says, Dolphins and Broncos make the grand final be a cracker of a game. Okay, firstly, Dolphins are shite. Secondly, let's settle down the Broncos. But, like, it'd be okay, the grand final. It'd be fine. It's in Sydney, bro. Like, yeah, okay, but I think it'll be an okay game for sure. But that game at Suncorp was good because it was at Suncorp. Also, that was a shocking game for the most part. Like, it was a great finish. Like, it was a fantastic finish, and it was hype. It was close. But overall, the Broncos made like 15 errors, and the Dolphins made like 16 errors. There was a lot of errors in that game, a lot of knock-ons. A lot of knock-ons in that game from both those teams. A lot of penalties, a lot of errors. It was actually quite a poor game, but it was just really close and ended crazily. Get Wise Me now says Broncos 34, Eels 16. Feel like Broncos will be on fire. Broncos on fire. Broncos on fire. That's a big scoreline. I can see it though in this kind of heat. It's not that hot though. Like 29 degrees is hot, but it's not like, you know, what we saw at Titan Storm the other way. Slabbers, for the sake of the Eels, hands better be playing over Hodgson. Unfortunately, Slabber, I've got something to tell you. You've been slapped. It's not hands playing. It's not hands. It's not hands playing, son. It is Josh Hodgson. Samson Suga says, why has the Broncos struggled versus the Eels previously? Yeah, I guess Brian's right. We've been shit for 4 years. Like, yes, but the same said, some teams have like a bit of a bogey thing. Like, the Raiders have a bogey thing over the Dragons in Canberra. Dragons just don't. I think they've won like once in the last 20 years or some shit there in Canberra. It's ridiculous. There was a hoodoo that they didn't break until like maybe 2012, and I don't think they've broken it since. Yeah, it's there are just some teams that find a way. There's just some teams that find a way, man. And I don't know. Maybe the Eels get up here. They need this win. They really do. Because again, if they lose this game, they can go into 16th place by the end of the weekend. They're in 12th. But if the Dragons beat the Roosters, the Raiders get the bye, so they'll go above the Eels regardless if the Eels lose this game. The Dragons play the Roosters. If the Dragons were to get up and it's an Anzac Day clash, you know the Dragons are going to get up for it. I don't know if they win. I've tipped the Roosters, but the Dragons will always... They won last year's 14-12 against the Roosters. Bulldogs against the Sharks. If the Bulldogs want to get a miracle over the Sharkies there, even though they're completely just medically retired the team at this point due to medical exemptions. But if they can win that game against the Sharks, like, good on them. But the Eels will go below the Doggies. If the Cowboys beat the Knights, the Cowboys would have to beat the Knights well, though, to go above them. So you'd more than likely be looking at the Eels being in 14th by the end of the weekend. Because I don't think the Cowboys will beat the Knights by enough, unless the Broncos flog the Eels here. And I don't think the Dogs beat the Sharks. Obviously the Raiders will beat the Bligh, right? They will beat the Bligh, so they'll get the 2 points. And I've got the Roosters. So for me, I think the Eels finish off the weekend at 13th. I don't think anybody else jumps above them besides the Raiders. But yeah, if they win, then they go Bulski, baby. They go Bulski. Big Papa says, do you think players like Marnie and even Hopgood who top tackle counts each game should be given a pass for also topping missed tackle counts too? You can make an argument for it. You can say that they go for so many tackles that they're arguably going to miss 1 or 2 every now and then. It depends on the impact of those missed tackles. Like, okay, if they miss a couple of missed tackles and it doesn't have that much of a gigantic impact, it doesn't have an impact on a try or whatnot, then who cares, you know? But if they're constantly missing tackles in regards to giving up points, then yes, you can have a problem with it. Then for sure. Low-key Villain says, heard he score a hat-trick. Good luck, mate. James McPaul says, Darwin Heat is similar to PNG. Yeah, no, because they're pretty much in the same area. They're still in the same vicinity, man. Look, listen, who you going for? I'm not going for anyone, but I reckon the Eagles can get up here. But I'm going for a good game, bro. I'm going for a good game. Again, guys, like, people think that I hate Brisbane. I don't hate Brisbane at all. I hate a lot of their fans, a majority of their fans. I don't hate Broncos. A successful Brisbane is a successful NRL. Like, the NRL is alive and well when you see Brisbane doing well because they've got a great large fan base there, right? It's very similar to Newcastle and New Zealand. And New Zealand, to be fair. Brighton says, history suggests you're wrong, Joshua. What did Joshua say? Our first try to the Broncos. Luke Lewis says they both are good teams, but Eels have been top 10 for a bit. Kentrell said, hey man, what happened in your Insta DMs last night? I was dying of laughter. Insta post, I mean. Oh, in regards, oh yeah, some version, bro, some version commenting on my shit. Dude, it was so poor. This guy was such a virgin, bro. Big Bubba says, good point. Like, the funniest thing was he tried to like have a crux of an argument, like, oh, you only get 17 viewers on a stream, and it's like, okay, bro, look at what we got right now. Like, he was trying to say that we only get 17. No, I know, Jay. That's why I'm replying to it. He tried to say that we only get 17 viewers in total on a stream. It's like, bro. One, you're watching right now, bro, and you can see there's more than 17 people here, right? He says, thoughts on Brett Hodgson becoming the Wallabies assistant coach? Random. Sam Jenkins says, Sivo first try. I've gone Sean Russell. I've gone the other wing. But I don't mind it, man. I don't mind Sivo. Marcus Sivo, toss a viti, man. Bit of toss a viti, mate. No, Slapper, no. Logan's Aviation says another 70-10 for the Storm. I hope not, man. I hope it's a good game, bro. I hope it's a good game there. Luke Lewis says, if Adam does field goal in last few minutes of the game, I'll be so mad. Why? Haven't you been saying go Broncos for the last, 30 minutes? By the way, guys, 5 minutes to go until the game starts. 5 minutes to go. Come on, smack that thumbs up button. Jay, what are we on likes-wise? Let's get it up there. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new around here. Don't forget, tomorrow we've got Cowboys and the Knights and the Sharkies and the Bulldogs. Come on. Big day, get them on. Will I Explain says, Sivo, Stags, Gutho, and Reece Walsh for tries. I don't mind it. Yeah, Olivia, why Luke lose? I don't know why. Also, Luke, how does it feel since you've retired from the game? How does it feel? 69, no more likes, just leave it at that. I'd usually say that. Let's see if we can get to 90. Let's see if we get to 9 likes before the stream starts, before the game starts. Let's do it. We've got 4 minutes to go until the game starts. Let's see if we can get 19 more likes. Come on. Smack it in. Come on. Big game coming up. Big game. Thoughts on RTS back to the Warriors? Yeah, I love it. I think that people are getting carried away, but I love it. Like, I definitely think that people are getting carried away. Oh, this is a good hype video here. This is a good hype video here for the Anzac Day games. Storm and the Waz. Roosters and Dragons. Matt Nable's a great narrator. Very good narrator. Again, why some Meow says, Luke Lewis, I hate it when Reynolds kicks field goals too. It gives me PTSD. Hey, so does it for me, because he kicked a field goal last week and then when they're up by 42 points to 22, whatever it was. Oh no, sorry, 42 points to 26. Yeah, I think it's 43-26 in the end, wasn't it? Alright, here we go. In Darwin, the Parramatta Eels taking on the Brisbane Broncos. 3 minutes to go until the game starts. Come on. Here we go. Let us know right now. Comment in the chat. Who wins? Eels or Broncos? Is it the Eels or the Broncos? Put a horse in the chat. I want to see an emoji only. Is it a horse or is it just put the snake? Because it's the closest thing you get to an eel. It's the closest thing you get to an eel. Put a snake or put a horse. One of the two. Come on. Slap it up. Trevor Markit says, is Jojo feedback? Yes, Jojo. Medvedev puts a unicorn. Thank you, Medvedev. But Trevor says, Jojo feedback? Yes, he is. It says AFL signs in an NRL game, just so official, you know. Well, it's in Darwin, man. Like, what do you expect? It's very 50-50. Jado says Titans 30 plus this weekend, better round. Thanks for coming, Jado. It's just too easy, baby. It's just too easy, son. Too easy. Logan's Aviation says Reece Welch injury first half. Sam Suga says the Eels. We've got Medvedev saying the Unicorns. Blissy says the Sharks. The Sharks not playing tonight, Blissy. Hello. Knock, son. Olivia said the horse. No, I think you misunderstood what I said. I said, put the horse emoji, man. The police are escorting eels out of the ground. Okay, there we go. There we go. I said put the horse emoji, not the word horse. 85 exact says eels. Medvedev is special. Santa says, I was like, why aren't Para playing at CommBank whilst watching the Wanderers currently playing at CommBank? Yeah, unfortunately, Sundo, you can't actually see the Wanderers play on the same field as the Eels at the same time. Two different sports there. Very different sports there. But it says, the AFL field taped to the floor in the locker rooms. Alison Gideon getting around the giddy up horsies. Full Para NRL game says, Dad's mate, they've won 6 from 8 there. Haven't you shat on this channel before, Full Para NRL games? Haven't you tried to buddy come at me before? I swear you have. That name rings a bell. Dad's mate says, Logan, don't wish injury on players. Oh no, what's he done? If he's wished an injury on a player, he's going to get timed out. I know he has. No, Dad's mate's already slapped him down. Malcolm says, Eels, where are they coming from? I don't know. They're coming from Timbuktu at this point. Like, why is it taking them so long to walk to this field? They're taking them so long to water this field. Are they coming from whoop whoop? What are they doing? What's going on here? They walking from? Are they walking from Parramatta this game? Why are they taking so long to get the field? They're still not out here. Oh, now they're coming out. Okay, now they're coming out. Here we go. Here we go. Someone says, geez, that view from the stands is so far away. Bro, it's like at the charity event, right? When I was at Lickham and I was commentating, that distance is like what I had to commentate from, but probably a little bit even further. It's not easy to watch the game from there, especially if you don't know the players, right? It's Jay's goes. Can you please stop putting me on timeout? Firstly, I don't do the timeouts, and secondly, I haven't even seen you get timed out once. I don't know what's going on. Dasman says, Gutho need to do his hair. Fair enough. Fair enough. Interesting ground on, he says. And Jay Hayes has timed him out. Luke Lewis, I wish the Broncos could win another grand final since late 1990s. No, they won a grand final in 2006, Luke. Luke, they won in 2006. All right, here we go. Good to see a packed out ground, but I would love to see the NRL invest into a ground up there in Darwin, though, because like, look at this. It's clearly an AFL ground, and it's sold out. Like, it's clearly sold out. There's obviously the support there, but again, is there the support there for week in, week out football? That's the difference. That's why Papua New Guinea, everyone's like, oh, they get good crowds at the World Cup. It's like they had 3 games there. The financial thing, like the financial impacts of a week in, week out games is a bit different to having 3 really special games in Papua New Guinea and whatnot, and same thing with Darwin. So that's what we're talking about here. Dahana Young Ngungu says, Warriors or Storm, who will win? I'm taking the Storm, but I'd love to see the Warriors win. I will be here live for that game. Come on, Jado. Come on, man. Blitz says, saw a kid on TikTok getting angry that the Raiders didn't make an Anzac jersey when they aren't even playing this round. The Raiders aren't even playing this round. Usually teams still do like a thing. If the Raiders are playing at home next week, sometimes you see it, but yeah, exactly right. You know, they're not playing this round, so they don't need to do it. I don't think every team has done it either. Like, I don't think the Warriors do one either. I don't think the Warriors have done one for a while, actually, which is interesting, considering they're a big part of the Anzac round. Will I explain this? You have to do silence again now since you did it yesterday. Okay, guys, just to clarify, when the minute of silence is on, these Muppets tell me I have to be quiet, even on a stream, even though I'm going to do it on Sunday and on Tuesday, but apparently every stream we've got to do the minute of silence. So when it comes up, just know why I'm being silent for a minute, but also, you guys know what comes after. You'll know. Don't warn anyone. Don't tell anyone in the chat what happens. No, Blake, we're removing that. Don't warn anyone. We're removing it. I'm not going to time you out, but we're removing it. Okay, and there says, has the My New Zealand and Eshe Aussie for Anzac? What on earth is, why are we calling Eshe? What's going on here? All right. Trevor Matakita says, where do you think RTS will play with the Warriors next year? Fullback. Chance will go to the centre. Logan says, never forget. Absolutely. Anzac round is probably one of my favourite rounds of the year. Always has been. Plus, he says, turn up your headphones. Kia ora, brother. Here again. Appreciate you, K Niwa. Last Anzac Day 70-10 was a disaster. Hey, Malcolm, you're a Warriors fan. Why do you want to remind all your fellow Warriors fans about the last Anzac Day for the Warriors? Apparently said Rabbits was a close game. Luke Lewis was a great game. Oh, the audio is messing up at the game. Lest we forget. All right, minute of silence, guys. I know we've got the last ode first. Lucas says, time, EQ, settle down, mate. Don't warn people. Don't warn. Lucas says, time Malcolm out, please. Any Warriors fans just like, come on, Malcolm, man. Why do you have to remind me? Oh, man. I liked Heritage Round. Heritage Round's great, but I just feel like, obviously, Anzac is such an important part of our history. You know, we're very proud of our countries, of Australia and New Zealand, and, you know, these people died for us to be able to enjoy footy and us to be able to enjoy our lives and whatnot in a free country. So, as free as we can get. But, yeah. Yeah, no, I love Anzac Round. It's just very traditional and cultural. It says we got Luke Lewis in the chat. Absolute scenes here in here tonight. Absolute scenes, son. Another New Zealand team coming, Logan says. I hope so. Be great to see. But all right, minute of silence, guys. You want me to do a minute of silence? Woo! We're back, baby. We're back. We had to do that one, and now we are here, son. Now we are here. If you had me on full blast, well, God help your soul. You can blame the people in the chat for asking me to do a jackrabbit, says my ears. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. This is what you guys wanted. Do I have roommates or neighbours? Yes, but one's a Rabbitohs fan who was going crazy last night, and one of them's not home, and the other one's not home right now. Okay, now it's up the Titans. We know it. Yeah, some Muppet said minute of silence of the Titans season, so I timed them out and said Brighton, which was very nice. Very nice indeed. Gave me a fright. Good. Woke you up for a big game here. Hoo! Joshua says too loud. Wakey, son. Wakey. Dasmate says, everyone that talks in the chat during that Muppet, hope you step on a Lego. Lucas says, why were you silent for a minute, Mr. Streamer? It was, the minute of silence, son. It's not Anzac Day yet, but you guys just... Thomas says, you Muppet. I'm not a Muppet, son. I'm the biggest Muppet. What jersey are they wearing? Well, they would be wearing their Anzac jerseys. My poor phone speakers. Gee whiz. Bliss says, Blaze's reaction during the minute is too funny. Try not to laugh here because we have some Muppets saying, like Dad's mate saying, shut up, you Muppets. We got Logan saying, can you stop, please? Can you do something about this host? Like, what do you want me to do, mate? What am I doing? What are you asking of me? What are you asking me? All right. Blake Harlan, meant for 20 months, get around, you get yourself... Oh, boy, you're going to be seeing a nice little 5-minute. Thank you for 20 months, Blake, and I hope that you felt that was worth it. I hope that you found that one worth it, son. Was it a fun time? Was it a fun time, Blake? Was it a fun time, that 5 minutes? Was it worth it, that for 20 months? I don't know about that. All right, Corey Oates, 10 tries his past 14 games, back here for the Broncos. Here we go, guys. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. It is time for the game to get started. The game, it's actually 10 minutes past. I would have expected them to start like 7:55, so the game starts at like 8:05, but no, it's taking its time. I think it's because they walked all the way from Parramatta to the game. That's how long the walk was from the dressing rooms. Olivia Reese, someone said a minute silence for Titans season. That made me laugh. Yeah, but they got timed out. That made me laugh. But the Eels kick this ball off here, and the Broncos will start off with the ball from their own in-goal. And it will be Corey Oates gives it up to Flegler for the first run, and Flegler gets taken down 10 metres out from their line. Blitz says, I want a leaderboard of who's timed out the most people of all the kids. Blitzy, you'd be pretty high up there. Oh, Brighton's gifted one membership. Here we go. Who's going to get it? Who's going to get in the chat? Second takeover of the Broncos, 15 metres out. Cowboys fan, 1995. He gets it. Thank Brighton now. Cowboys fans say, thank you, Brighton. Immediately, son. But a third tackle here for the Broncos. They're 25 metres out from their own line. Billy Walters goes left-hand side to Carrigan, and Carrigan will get taken down to 33. Will I explain who you say was going to score the first try? No, I went Sean Russell for the Eels. Good run by Reece Welch there for a total of 2.5 metres. Adam Reynolds now kicks that ball down into the... No, straight down. Good kick there from Reynolds. Really strong kick. And it's going to be Gutho who brings this ball out to 20. Geez, I tell you what, Gutho under the high ball from Matt Burton last week and the Doggies was really safe. It was really incredible to watch Gutho play. He was really, really solid in every, facet. And although, there is better fullbacks out there that you do... want for your team overall with the X Factor, Gutho is a very safe, reliable and solid fullback that really has impressed me a lot more this season comparatively to last. I don't think last year he was that great. I think that this year he's actually been better than he was last year, especially from that Dogs game. Forward tackle here, right hand side. I don't think stats-wise that will show that. I think stats-wise he probably had a better year last year, but I've been more, confident in Gutho from what I've seen in 2023 comparatively. So Mitchell Moses kicks this ball down into the corner here. And it will be Corey Oates who grabs that ball and brings it out to the 15. Good strong run there from Oates, actually, to get it out to the 20. But it says, Broncos fan gifting a Cowboys fan a membership. NRL type of ending. This is what you've done, Brighton. You did that. That says, roll the red carpet out for Paris since they'd like to run out after 8. Thank you, Daz. Thank you, mate. I got Peter Sterling anytime tries to run multi. Yeah, and that's why Blitzy gets timed out more often than not. So third tackle here, left-hand side, Payne Haas gets his ball to the 45. Good strong run by Payne Haas. Actually, who do I have in my Supercoach this round? This game. Ryan Maddow, I got Payne Haas. Do I have anybody else? I don't think so, eh? Oh, I got... No, Dunstan's not playing, but he's on the bench. Not sure. Lest we forget Anzac Baby. Absolutely, 64 Kirgy. All right, right-hand side here. Billy Walters gives that to Reno. Reno puts that ball up into the air. Decent kicking game from Reno so far to start this game. Gutho grabs it about 1 metre out from his own line. Oh! Ezra Man slapped him. Ezra Man slapped him there. Knowledge would be the first for most timed out. Maybe me in top 20. You'd be up there, but Knowledge definitely was timed out quite a lot. Golden Anime is still... He would have the record for like 50. Oh! Lost ball by the Eels! But he got hidden years ago. So first tackle with the Broncos. They're 9 metres out here from the line. That's a lost ball from the Eels. We didn't see it because the camera work was dreadful. Payne Haas here. Payne Haas rolls this ball to about 3 metres out from the line. Here we go. 6 again for the Broncos as well. So the first tackle here. Billy Walters, right-hand side, gives up to Reno. Reno gives it outside to Carrigan. And Carrigan gets taken down at the 7 here. Second tackle. Bland first couple of tackles here. Good offload there, actually. Billy Walters, I don't know when held is held, but all right, well, that was just a waste of play by Jordan Ricky. Second tackle here, 4 metres out, left-hand side. Reno with the ball at the 10. He gets that back to Flegler. Flegler still going. And we'll keep going all the way to the ground. 6 again inside 10. Jeez, Eels ill-disciplined to start this game off here. First tackle for the Broncos, 5 metres out. They are right inside. Billy Walters! Muppet. Second tackle, 2 metres out from the line. Oh, he's lost the ball. Oh, he's lost the ball. They're called knock on against the Broncos. Oh, no. Jeez, Billy Walters, well done, man. Well done. Well, are they going to challenge this? Are you going to challenge it in the first 3 minutes? Wow, wait. What was that bet against Sunday? Can you comment it again? I forgot about it. We were close. He's saying that it's got ripped out here. They're challenging the first 4 minutes, which is interesting. If they lose this challenge... Gutho's hand is on the ball there. Oh, he's ripped that. Yeah, it's a strip for sure. That's a dumb play. I'd take the 2 here if I'm the Bronx. I'd take the 2 here if I'm the Bronx. Make it 2-0. I still lose my mind over Cameron Murray not taking the 2 in the first 5 minutes last night. Big Papa says, God damn, who dropped that? I'm not too sure, but all I know is that was a strip and that's a penalty. The Bronx, I would take the 2. But it says Ricky looks very fragile so far this game for some reason. Mate, it's been 4 minutes. And they are going to take the 2 here, so Broncos will lead 2-0. Well, hey, that's gonna help us there, son. That's gonna help us there, son. That helps us. Go watch something that says, well done, princesses. Luke Lewis says, Tony Staggs, 100 metres and Dolphins says Broncos. Yeah, but that's off one play. Like, he literally ran 90 metres off basically an intercept. Like, okay. Lauren Towers says, Broncos, no mistakes, or Eels with Darwin. Thank you, Laurie. Sean Russell, first try, over 43.5 points. Eels rated 20, Power 1 12. Mate, it's a pretty good bet, that. It's a pretty good bet. That was a really bad strip by Gutho. That was so obvious. And Reno kicks it through. So it will be 2-0 to the Broncos. 5 minutes into the game. But it says Reynolds thinking of Blaze right now for sure. He's thinking of me, mate. He's always thinking of me. Look at all the 50 million waters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's like 8, 9 bottles of water there for Brad Arthur. Why? What's going on here? Why do you need that much water, mate? Why do you need that much water? Blake asks, I'm going for the Manu captain this week. You're going for Manu against the Dragons. Interesting. The Dragons usually get up for it. I've gone Nico against the Doggies. I think it's a no-brainer, mate. Zach says, the real question is, who has more timeouts, Jay or Trucken? Oh, definitely Jay. Oh, no, that Jay, easy. Jay will tell you straight away. Jay. I don't think I've ever had a timeout Trucken because Trucken he lurks, son. He's there. He's watching, son. He's just lurking. He's watching. He's seeing you up straight up. But Jay, he's here. And sometimes he can say something a little bit dodgy, so he gets a bit of the timeout. Jason's Trucken for sure. You wish, mate. You wish. All right, so Broncos get this ball out of the 15. Luke says, I'm going to watch the footy. Goodbye. Goodbye, Luke. Thank you for tuning in. Goodbye. Second tackle here for the Broncos. Gets the ball out to 25. Brighton used the most ball. Oh, yeah. Brighton, definitely. We had to control that, man. He was a loose unit with the old timeouts a couple of weeks back. Third tackle here gets the ball to the 33. Cartwright got shoot 1-on-1, which is how Broncos got the ball. Oh, there you go. Regan Campbell-Gillard is absolutely annihilated. Oh, he's been good the last couple of weeks. Regan Campbell-Gillard. That was Jordan Ricky got absolutely annihilated just then. Gee whiz, shot some. Fit tackle. Regan Campbell-Gillard. Oh, we listened to Blocker, by the way, but I agree with him. He made a statement early for sure. Big kick by Reno. Reno looks like he's on for a big game here. Garbo gives up to Mike Azivo, and Sivo gets taken down to the 20. Sivo versus Cobbo. I really think Sivo is going to be able to do a job on Cobbo tonight. Right-hand side here. And it will be Bailey Simonson against his bite on the 25, second tackle. Glenn Beaumont, who's your favourite NRL player? Boomdog Millionaire, son. Nah, I'll go Tina. Still Malawi. Get around Tina. Get around Tina. Like, outside of my team, though, I'll take... I think it has to be Trell, man. I think it just does. He's just such an entertainer, man. Right side here. Petacini taking out the 45. Good run, though, into the attack and a half. Oh, ugly 6 again there. Bryce Cartwright left-hand side to Moses. Moses hit a Junior Bolo, and good run. Strong run to the 35 here by Junior. Alex's Ricky got slapped up then. Hey. Settle down on the old Vulcans. Mitchell Moses! Oh, it's a knock-on for the Broncos, I reckon. I reckon it's the Broncos. No. Is that not a knock-on for the Broncos? Oh, okay. You didn't call that, but I thought that was a knock-on Broncos. So it's going to be first tackle here. Ah! A Buffers! Ha ha ha! Oh ho ho! A Buffers, the big man with the $50 due, big fitty bomber Runos, says, for last week you picked Dylan Brown to score, but only because you said Sivo would score, but that wouldn't be fair to pick. Well, yeah, to be fair, Bombers, I appreciate that, bro. We have to do the dance every single time there, but I appreciate you, Poppers. Appreciate you, mate. So, 4 taken over the Broncos, 23 minutes out from the line. Yeah, Sivo, that was a good try last week too. It was an easy pick though. Like a winger in a game like that, you got to go for it. But yeah, you're a legend, man. So Ezra Man will get this ball. He's still going here, Ezra Man. Take it down, 11 minutes out from the line. Cowboys fans, his Titans get around it. So left hand side of Reece Walsh. Reece Walsh here kicks it through. It's going to be picked up by Bryce Cartwright. Pass the ball, Bryce. Bryce, it's playing on, bro. Is this guy like a Muppet or what? Pass the ball, Bryce. Muppet. Suppose there's Arthurs needs that many bottles to bottle up some of the water, the sinking shit this Paris squad is. Oh, Jesus, a big hit so far. There you go, 15 metres out, third tackle. Blitz says, what's the best moment in BKRsport chat history? Because I reckon Daz's first 50 Bombers a member is one to remember. It's one to remember, but I reckon if you were here for the Hudson Young try last year, or maybe the year before that, I think it was last year, Raiders Knights, X Factor had a massive bet. Once again, he left their side. Dylan Brown, Micah, Sivo, burst the ball! No way, Micah! They had a 4 on none. They had a 4 on none. Why did Sivo not pass the ball? It was an easy try for the Eels. No one's there for it. They're going to grab this one, Corey Oates. No, he's jumped off the ground. No, that's fine. First tackle over the Broncos, 10 metres out. Bro, if he passes that ball on the inside, that is a guaranteed 100% Eels try. That was poor from Micah Sivo for sure. And he's lucky he didn't go over the sideline too. 10 minutes gone here, guys. 10 minutes gone here. Thumbs up button, subscribe if you're around here. But yeah, but I'd say the best one would be Hudson Young. Oh, he's just slipped over there, Herbie. Hudson Young, X Factor had like a bet on, and we got 10% of the bet if it came off. And it was like we were going to get $500 or something like that. And the last thing that we needed to happen was Hudson Young to score a try and Raiders 1-12. The Raiders were losing by 2 points with 30 seconds to go, and Hudson Young kicks it through for himself, and they score and they win the game 1-12. It was just insane. We went nutso. Very crazy. Hey, we haven't seen one of those channels in ages. We haven't seen one of those crazy rando channels in ages. Ball comes in for Gutho, and Gutho gets his ball out to the 20, first tackle. Yeah, got the margin and the only try scorer in the last minute. Yeah, I know, it was wild, man. And then it says, why do the Broncos players just wait for that? I don't know, man. This game's been good so far, though. It's just a Sivo. They had an easy try for the Eels, but he just didn't pass it. Sean Russell gets taken out at the 30, third tackle. Too many wasted chances. Oh, it's just silly there from the Eels, man. It's just such a simple play. All you have to do is pass that ball inside. Choices, I got the Eels all day. Jay says it's night though, and that's a J comment if I ever did see one. That is a J. Hey, special backwards by Bryce Cartwright. They go again here. Left hand side Moses to Ryan Maddow, and Ryan Maddow is going to push off. Can he get the offload away? Can't do it at the 40. Laurie's the coach killer moments, mate. Brain aneurysm moments for sure. Mitchell Moses puts that ball up in the air. Sean Russell chasing it through. Good tape by Corey Oates though. He's been good so far, Causa. He's been good so far. Hold on. Oreos has been really, really good already in his first 12 minutes, and he's back after a broken jaw in the first or second round? Was the first or second round Broncos fans that Corey Oates got it? I think it was second round, wasn't it? Isaac says Broncos going to win. Maybe, mate, but it's been a very, very tough start here. Easily? I don't think so based on this game so far. Second Cowboy. Yeah, Cowboys. Oh, that's right, yeah. It was a dirty play, wasn't it? Was it a dirty play that it happened? I think it was maybe like a half, but some people could think it's dirty, some people could think it's not. I think so. Fifth tackle here at the 30. Going crazy over the Raiders impossible. Oh no, it was a big game, low balls. Like, it was really good. Up it goes there. Knocked back by the Broncos, but the Eels get it. That's where Sean Lane gets taken out at 20. Drinkwater shoulder, that's right. Yeah, and he got suspended. Yep. He got suspended. And that's a nice run there by Bailey Simonson. Run sideways, still going here, Simonson. Taking out a 30, good run. Leo Francis getting on the Broncos. But yes, Raiders aren't usually a team you get too excited over low ball sacks, that's for sure. Alright, Eels now get this ball to the 35, third tackle now. Jeez, what a sledge. What happened? Who sledged what? Did I get sledged here though? Probably. I don't know how I'm going to sleep tonight. Bryce Cartwright gets his ball to the 45, fourth tackle now. They go to the left-hand side, Hodgson. To right, Matto. Ooh, that's a forward pass, surely. No? Ooh, I thought that was a forward pass. Tit for tat so far. Yeah, for sure. Hodgson up to Dylan Brown. Dylan Brown out to Simonson. Simonson that's just a random kick. And Eels. I don't know what they're doing, bro. I don't know what they're doing, man. But cool story, Eels. Their last options have been strange. S. Dennis says up and mighty Broncos. Yeah, my son up and can't spell. Oh, true. I can't even see it. Oh, you talking about laying ball sacks? Or have I for some reason I can't see every message. I just can't. Like I got live chat on. But I still can't see it all. Darius says live chat NRL Round 8 2023. Thank you, Darius. Alright, so second tackle to the Broncos. Adam Reynolds gives it off to Jordan Ricky. And yeah, Ricky's been super poor so far, man. He's been really poor. Nothing spectacular at all. Billy Wells up to pain us. It's like, you really don't want the Broncos to win just because Billy Wells, who's winning a premiership, would be the most random person to ever be on that level. And most random. Ezra Mam to Kirk Catewell, and Catewell gets taken out in 33 or so. Oh, true. Someone said, show the game, you ugly poo face. That got me. I don't know how I'm going to sleep tonight. Up it goes, Renault. Really tough kick again. Oh, what was that? It's going to be an easy try with Herbie Farnworth. That was a dreadful drop. Who dropped that? That was really poor. Sean Russell, I think, has just dropped. That was really, really poor. Oh. Sean Russell to cost us anytime try scorer. Sean Russell just dropped this. It's a hard kick to take. Like, that's a good kick from Renault, but like that's a poor drop from Sean Russell. There's no real pressure on him. Ezra Mam comes in afterwards. Herbie Farnworth scores the try, but that is a poor drop there. That is a poor drop. Big ball Saxon's Broncos cooking up. They're not though. Like they haven't been. Like they have not been at all. Neither team has really taken a step forward in this game. It's been, as Brian said, very tit for tat. But then Sean Russell just drops a ball there. It falls in favour of Herbie Farnworth and he scores a try. But like it's kind of come out of nowhere because no team was really looking like scoring for the first 16 minutes here. Jay says, yeah, this guy's annoying. This guy obviously seems like just a bit of a dickhead. Catcher. Big Papa says, Simonson got dropped for making bonehead plays like that. His pass lead to a try to avoid 40-20 a few weeks back comes to mind. But yes, but in the same sense, like you go and have a look at the left-hand side. Like if Marcus Simmer passes that ball there, it's an easy try for the Eels, and we're talking about a completely different ball game here. You know, this is what the difference is between a good team and a bad team, is that you make the right decisions. And that wasn't the right decision to not pass that ball from Marcus Sivo, which has ultimately led to the Broncos scoring here. Right? Because they had 3 players on the inside. It's a 4-on-none effectively, and he held the ball and got taken down instead of scoring down under the post. It would have been 6-2. It would have been 6-2 to the Eels, but instead now it's going to be 8-0 here. You would assume Adam Reynolds gets his kick, and he will miss a kick. Hits the post. What is it? What is it with players come up against me and then missing kicks since they play me, eh? Josh says in your face, bro, I ain't a Broncos. I ain't an Eels fan. I support neither of these teams. Updates you getting around it? Mate, tough one for you yesterday, Ron. Tough one for you yesterday. I sympathise with you Panthers fans. They must be real tough times supporting Penrith, eh? I saw a lot of Penrith groups on Facebook going like, oh man, it's so tough being a Penrith fan sometimes. You know, that's a really hard format to take. It's like, I hate every single person who says that. Like, anybody who, like... as a Titans fan, I'm never going to sympathise with Panthers losing a game like that. You know, I see Rabbitohs fans going, oh, I walked out because it was just so hard. It was just so difficult to take. We always lose these tough battles. And you're just like, bro, like, your worst was in the 2000s for the Rabbitohs. Panthers' worst were in the mid-2010s, kind of. But it's just like, you get so sick of people saying, who are good teams, saying, oh, it's so tough to support this team. It's like, shush, man. Like, shush. Being a Titans fan, being a Tigers fan, Waz fan, Knights fan, Eels fan. You're just like, come on, bro. Come on, man. And Blake Harler wants to see the timeout in 5 minutes. Tesseract says all those tries Jordan Ricci has gotten so far this season may have gotten to his head. I don't know. I just don't think he's been up to it tonight. I think he's just had a bit of a rough start here. Carrigan, really good start, a good run there. Blake says, well, a tough one. It was a great 75-minute game. Don't remember the last 5 minutes. I remember it. I saw it. I tipped the Rabbitohs, so I'll take it. And good chase by Ezra Mam. That's a really good pressure tackle there from Ezra Mam on Gutho. All right, so Moses here to Micah Sivo. Sivo will get this ball out to the 25. Good run. Second tackle now. Blitz says, yeah, really hard. Our centre should serve his injury later this, like his suspension. Thank you, Luke. Blissy. These Panthers were very lucky to be as close as they were. I agree. That's what I was saying all game. You know, I thought the Rabbitohs should have won by more, really. But they were their own worst enemies, man. Hodgson, right-hand side, gives it off here to Pansini. Pansini's been strong tonight. Scott Iardis is where do you live? I live next door to you. Alex says, I could never imagine how hard it is being a Panthers fan right now. Oh, Alex, I don't know, mate. We should feel grateful that we're Tigers and Titans fans. We should feel grateful just to be in the same competition, you know? Reece Walsh runs out of the right-hand side here. He'll be lucky not to go to the sideline if he's not careful. He gets taken down 15 metres out from his own line. That's like when the wingers complain how tough it is scoring tries. Gee whiz. Gee, that's a strong run by Selwyn Cobbo. Selwyn Cobbo, lucky don't get taken over. Oh. Well, no. It's a knock-on against the Broncos if that's the case. Yeah, they're going to call knock-on against the Broncos. Yep. So, Broncos fans, you can't complain about that because you got a call last week with that one. Challenge it, Broncos. Challenge it because last week the same thing happened and you guys got the call. Challenge it, Broncos. You guys got the beneficial call last week when Adam Reynolds pulled down a player. They did not claim that was a tackle. So that is classed as a knock-on then. You cannot complain because you received a beneficial call in regards to that last week against the Titans. So that is the call. They say the tackle wasn't made. You then have gone to play the ball. You then are going to be classed as a knock-on. That's what happens. I don't know why Adam Reynolds is complaining. Adam Reynolds last week was literally the person who got the beneficial call from that. So I don't know why he would be complaining about this. Blitzy says that's like when the winger. That's right. Who was the top best three teams in the last 20 years? Melbourne Storm, Sydney Roosters, and 20 years. He'd probably still claim Broncos because no, Manly. Second tackle here for the Eels. They're going to be at the 30 right now. Second tackle. 20 minutes to go here of the first half. Guys, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you're new around here. Left-hand side, they give it off to Maddo, and Maddo is going to get this ball to about 23 metres out. Third tackle. Zach Hewitt says, remember you were down 2-0 against Palace and said, so tough to be a City fan. You won that game 4-2. Oh, I wouldn't have been serious, bro. It was 6 again. What are they kicking for? Gutho! Try some Gutho. That is ballsy from Dylan Brown. And Gutho's going to score a try there. It's going to be 6 forward, the kick to come. That is a very, very scary kick there from Dylan Brown, though. It was a 6 again. They kick it through, and the Queen Gutho picks it up, goes bang. 6 forward, the kick to come. Could be 6-6 any moment now. Justin Sutton says the Queen has arrived. Well, at least this helps out. Oh, no. I just realised we put first try scorer Sean Russell's. So, no. Jago Rabbit says, let's go Para. Why was Walsh on the line? Well, see, this is the thing, Lucas, in regards to Reece Walsh, right? One, he's a terrible defender. He's the best, most electric attacking fullback in the comp, but he's also a terrible defender. Now, yes, last week against the Titans, at halftime, Jaden Campbell noticed that Reece Walsh was in the line. So it was a very high risk, high reward situation. Unfortunately, the negative came where Reece Walsh was in the line, he charges it down, Herbie Farnwell scores a try, and then obviously we know how that game goes. If Campbell gets that kick through, and it goes through the line there is no fullback, right? And I think it's Loffy. No, Loffy's on the left-hand side, isn't he? Yeah, Loftus on the left-hand side. So it would have been Filisami on the right-hand side. It would have been an easy try. It would have been a walkover try for the Titans. A walkover try. So this is the 50-50, the high risk, high reward. With that for Dylan Brown, he would have noticed just then that there was no fullback in play. Try confirm. He would have noticed there was no fullback in play. Reece Walsh in the line, and that's how these happen. And this is why people don't get it. This is why we say in Origin, Reece will get slapped if he plays like this. Reece will get slapped if he plays like this. It's not hard to see. Origin is a different ballgame to the NRL. Reece is a great attacker, but also Origin isn't about attack. Origin is actually realistically about defense and about being able to defend the line. And defend the line in really tough predicaments. And that's what Reece Walsh lacks. That's the thing. That's what we're talking about here. That's why I keep saying, like, Kalen Ponga is still the number one there. If AJ Brimson wasn't injured, AJ Brimson would still be above there guaranteed based on Billy Slater. And then third would be Reece Walsh, but it's just like you've got to worry about his defense and his decision making. Why are you in the line of that situation, in my opinion? Alright, so 6-4 here to the Broncos. Mitch Moses here from the left-hand side to convert it. Will slap it on through. 6-6. 6-6. Eels go bang. And all says that was so risky. Very risky, but high risk, high reward. High risk, high reward. Gutho is sweating like crazy. It's because he's a hard worker. That's why. He's a hard worker. Hayes says Hodgson just looks so bad. Hodgson is not great. He was good at the Raiders, not good anymore. And that's because he hasn't come back from his injury well. I would bring Brendan Hands in. And do I think Hands is the answer? Not necessarily, but I think Hands is a better answer. Keep them squeals tries rolling in, Sando says. So you put Sean Russell any time, then you're not first time try scorer. I thought we did it first time. Especially when New South Wales has such good attacking backs, Walsh could never handle it. Mate, you've got Reece Walsh as a fullback going up against Latrell Mitchell, Tom Trbojevic, Brian To'o, probably Campbell Graham, and James Tedesco, Nathan Cleary, and Jerome Luai / Nico Hines. Like, that's ridiculous. And you want me to trust in Reece Walsh in defence? Like, attacking-wise, can you find holes? Absolutely. If you want to, put him in the bloody 14 and have him as a floater. But in the same sense, I want Harry Grant and Ben Hunt. So it's like, this is what we talk about. Kalen Ponga last year was arguably player of the series. He knows how to play Origin. He just, that's 4 passes from Hodgson. He gets away with a lot of 4 passes, eh? Mr. Puggy says, will Broncos win the premiership? No. Alright, so they're going to hit his ball away. They've got a chance, but I don't think so. I still think there's a few things they need to work out. I think if they get a good 9, if the Broncos get a solid 9, they win the comp. I would say if the Broncos had a really quality 9, they win the comp this year and they win the comp next year. I think the Broncos they lose Herbie Farnworth next year, which is a big loss in their centres. And I don't think the likes of Jordan Pereira and whatnot are coverable. But in the same sense, that's a pretty good hit there from Hodgson. Too bad he fell off the tackle again, twice. Hodgson, man. Josh says, so I said. Well, it's like, bro, say what you want, man. Talk your shit. But the mods will time you out. The mods will time you out because obviously, again, I ain't a Broncos or an Eels fan here. I'm just watching the game and enjoying it. Payne Haas with a great run, taking out the 35. Ulla says, do you think that the play the ball should have been a penalty to Brisbane? Ulla, you got a beneficial call like this last week. You can't complain, Ezra Man! Try time for Adam Reynolds! Ulla, come on, man. You can't complain about that when last week you got the literal same call that benefited your team when Adam Reynolds pulled out a player. Like, come on, bro. But that's going to be a try time there for the Brisbane Broncos. That's an amazing flick pass there from Ezra Man. That is an incredible flick pass from Ezra Man. Back on the inside, Adam Reynolds falling up. It means they know exactly where their players are. And that's really good combination there, really good connection. Great run there from Selwyn Cobbo. And that, Josh Hodgson, terrible defense. He gets taken down there, but then they roll it out right inside. Adam Reynolds, he finds Ezra Man on the inside. Lazy defense there from the Eels. And guess what? Josh Hodgson again. Well done. Welcome to Parramatta. Welcome to Parramatta. Josh Hodgson again. You're exactly right. Guess who missed the tackle, Cowboys fan? You're exactly right. Josh Hodgson again. Fantastic play by Ezra Man. He had Reece Walsh on his left. He has Adam Reynolds to the right. It's a great pass there from Ezra Man. Very good pass from Ezra Man. Very good pass. Brian says, what was that pass? Great pass, man. Eagles is spot on. Billy Walters unfortunately not as effective. I'm telling you, the Broncos win the competition this year with a better hooker. I just think it's nearly fact. I think that they're the best in the comp with a good hooker, but I still think that you're going to see teams like the Rabbitohs put a score through them. Not score through them, but beat them, and beat them relatively convincingly. I think the Sharks are going to have enough attack to be able to beat this team down as well. You know, the Eels right now putting up a good effort. That's a miraculous pass there from Ezra Member that you've got to really appreciate. But we've got to wait to see the Broncos come up against a few of these other teams, like the Panthers again. Right? They played them once in the first round. Now that we're into the season, can they do it again? The Eels, obviously, I still think they're competing in this game for sure. Again, if Marcus Zero passes that ball, it's 12-12 right now rather than 12-6. But the fact of the matter is that we need to keep seeing this from the Broncos. But I think the one part area of the game that they lack is that hooker role. Because Billy Walters just isn't good enough. He isn't. He's manageable, but he's not good enough to win a comp for me. He's not. And you need everything to be perfect at the right time to win a comp. Olivia says no kissing game today. What does that mean? So that's going to be 12-6 here. And everyone says hands is so much better. Well, it's like, is hands worse, is my thing. Like, hands is younger. You know, give him a crack. Because Hodgson's not going well. He's not gone well at any point in the season. I don't know why Parramatta fans defend him. Hodgson has not gone well at any point in the season. Bring hands in. Give him a crack. You can't get worse right now than Hodgson. Because Hodgson is missing tackles. He's not as fast. He's lazier than he was before. He missed a tackle on Samuel Cobbo twice before, and then he misses that tackle on Ezra Mamman, goes straight through and then flicks it out the back to Adam Reynolds. Like, come on, man. Like, how is Brad Arthur not seeing this? Blake says my 10-year-old cousin could break the tackle of Hodgson. I tell you. So Corey Oates gives the ball to Fleetwood. Fleetwood gets out of the 15. I tell you, it's a good game, though. It's a fun game to watch. Interesting game. Intriguing game. Eels paid $800K for Hodgson. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money for a guy coming off an ACL. Oh, he didn't have an ACL when they signed him though. So grant the Eels that. He didn't have an. Oh, Hodgson missed another tackle, bro. Oh, Payne Haas is away here. Hodgson is dreadful. I'm sorry, get him off. Please, get him off. He's lazy. He's lazy, man. He's not the Raiders. He's not what he was at the Raiders. Hodgson's dreadful, man. He missed another tackle just then on Payne. I think fifth tackle leaving the Broncos. Fourth tackle. Patrick Carrigan gets the ball to the 30. Good offload there to Payne Haas. And Haas now, he's going to run this ball. Good run by Payne Haas. And they get taken out at 20. Broncos got a lot of momentum right now. Really good momentum. So Billy Walters goes right-hand side to Adam Reno. Reno here. Good pass to Reece Walsh. Kicks it through. Too hard to kick. Way too hard to kick. Ah! Ah! It's going to be a try to the Broncos. That's on Gutho. Ezra Mam's having a good game tonight. So the Broncos have just knocked the ball back inside. Gutho is leaving it going. And Ezra Mam's going to score a try. That's the unlucky bounce there for Gutho. The ball bounces directly up, but the same stands well. You gotta prevent that, eh? Right-hand side, Reynolds at the 20. He gives that back to Reece Walsh. This kick it looks way too hard at first. The ball just bounces perfectly up for the Broncos late. And then you get Katoni Staggs knocks the ball back in. And guess what? Ezra Mam's there. Now again, where's the Eels players in return here? Where are the Eels players coming back to try and prevent this? You know, yes, Gutho. You can't even really, what I would say is that you can blame Gutho for not hitting it dead as it bounced up. But you can't blame Gutho for thinking that ball's going to go dead. He should have hit that ball out as it bounces up. Right? He shouldn't have risked it when it went up like that. But you're right there is when he hits it. Right there is when he should have hit that. But Katoni Staggs, great thinking there, great IQ there, knocks it back, works out well. Ezra Mam try, bang, 16-6, thanks for coming. Cowboys fans, the Eels, what's happening? Yeah, geez, the momentum has definitely gone away from this last couple of minutes. And again, it comes off the back of poor defense from Hodgson because again, Payne Haas was allowed to just roam up the field with just absolutely soft hands from Hodgson. Hodgson, look how slow he is to the ball here. It doesn't even look like Hodgson wants to make the tackle on Reynolds. Am I saying this is on Hodgson? No, but I'm just saying this guy is not this team. You need to get rid of Hodgson here for the Eels. You need to get rid of him. I don't care how much he's on. You can't play him. You can't play him every game. Every game he's costing you big plays. Every game. Mr. Puggy says, who's currently winning the comp? I think Rabbitohs, mate. I think Rabbitohs are currently winning the comp, personally. John Sirogi says, let's go to Broncos. Cowboys fans, what's Gutho doing, hitting it dead? I think he needs to hit it dead after it goes up, but I think that he was in his right. I think it looked well and truly too dead early, but the ball bounced up on its point right at the end. I suppose it's Eid Mubarak to our Islamic brothers and sisters on here. And Eid Mubarak to Brother Payne, who's putting on a show for Eid 2023. Absolutely. Ulamana says, Haas being a pain in the Haas for the Eels. Yeah, well, he's a great player. It's why when someone said before, I think Payne Haas is better than Petero Sivanasiva. It's I love Petero. I grew up with Petero, but I think Payne Haas is one of the best front row forwards I've seen. I think he's one of the best front row forwards I've ever seen. Patch says Eels getting hiding. Well, no. It's 12 points right now. Here's the thing, guys. Like, we had these kind of comments coming with 7.5 minutes to go last night for the Rabbitohs. They're like, Panthers getting slapping them up. Panthers are slapping up the Rabbitohs. He's just like, come on, man. Like, just wait, bro. Wait, the over is definitely happening here, though. The over is definitely happening. That's a great hit back from Tony Staggs. That ball can still easily go forward, but he knocks it back perfectly. Marcus Silva has not scored yet, Justin Liu. He's actually the reason the Eels didn't score one individual try. Joshua says, Eels is not ready to play the Broncos. Giants is 127 metres for Payne Haas already. Wow, that's impressive, man. Like, that's really good. Corey Jensen will get his ball out to the 15. First tackle here. Speller says, I'll send you a Broncos jersey. Stop punishing yourself. Come enjoy Rumble. You gotta get into Broncos fan with me. Don't listen to him, BP. Don't listen to him, Big Papa. Don't do it. But also, Eels fans, don't think your game's over yet. Yes, this is a disappointing last 5-10 minutes, and the Broncos have the momentum, but you just got to find a way. You just need to take Hodgson off. Like, give Hands a crack at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just pointless. You can't get worse than him right now. Put Hands on. Haas will be a top 3 prop by the end. Yeah, I don't disagree. Fit tackle. What I do like is the referees haven't been blowing too many penalties in this game. Hopgood on as well. Also, another thing, I do think Hopgood's the 13 and Ryan Maddow is the 12, and I do think that Bryce Cartwright's bench. I don't understand why Brad Arthur does that. Wow, Gutho slap. That's a high tackle for sure. That's a high tackle for sure. Oh, they're saying late. I thought it was a high tackle. All right, well, no, they're saying it's a flop. Ooh, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Gutho had his hands up in the air like he was waiting for the butler to put his robe on, taking the Queen nickname too literal. I get what you mean. I know why he did that, but in the same sense, it's funny. But it says, I would have Haas and Supercoach if I was you. I do have Haas and Supercoach. I've had him since the start. Oh, no, I had him since week 1. Week 2. One or two. People says, missed tackles as of now. Para 27, Broncos 8. At least Para winning something. That's insane, dude. Like, that's actually outrageous. That's ridiculous. Like, that's ridiculous. To have that many missed tackles in the first 30 minutes is outrageous. Third tackle over the Eels. They're 35 metres out here from the line. They're going to go right-hand side here. Hodgson, no, but cuts it back to the left. Like, what's the point of that? Gives off to Dylan Brown. Dylan Brown here looking for a hole. Fourth tackle at 30. 30 minutes gone here, guys. 10 minutes to go the first half. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you are new around here. Get around it. Hodgson up to Hopgood. Hopgood to Mitchell Moses. Moses here. Bryce Cartwright. And they'll be 23 metres out. He was looking for the offload. Couldn't get it. Again, Eels, you're not out of this game yet. It's still only a 12-point game. But you need to get a move on. Moses puts that ball up in the air here. Good chase through. Knocked back from the Eels. Eels hold again. Maddow kicks it through. I think it's going to be Broncos ball 5 minutes out. Nice work there from Corios to get back. Nice work. Ezra Mam here. Decent run. Ezra Mam's been fantastic tonight. You've got to really appreciate the work of Ezra Mam. Yeah, he's Queenslander, isn't he? Is he a Maroons? Like, he's not going to play Origin this year, but, like, is he Maroon? Just in case, like, there is an injury to Munster. I don't think that Dearden's the guy right now. I think that you could even look at him, but I don't know if he's Queensland or New South Wales. So, fourth tackle, right-hand side, Corey Jensen. He'll get his ball to the 40. Fifth tackle now. George says, what do you guys think of Ray's coach and Eels coach? They're very similar. Brad Arthur and Ricky Stewart are very, very similar in a lot of ways, man. Oh, he's the Maroons. Oh, there you go. So, Micah Sivo gets his ball, and he'll bring this ball out to the 20. Oh, Sivo and Carrigan. Big collision. Big collision. If the Broncos score one more, it's most likely over unless they do a Warriors and come back from 20. Logan. The game's not over until the fat lay sings, mate. There's no over in the first half. There's no over in the first half in any game. Just go back to last night's game when the chat was telling me it was over with 7.5 minutes to go when the Panthers led by 8. You know, right now, again, bro, it's 2 converted tries. Like, that's it. Like, that's it. Do the Broncos win this game? I would assume so from here, but that doesn't mean... Oh, my God, that's poor. Oh, that's poor from Dylan Brown and Sean Lane. Knock on. Knock on there. Like, from here, if you were to ask me right now who I think wins this game, I think Broncos 13+. But with that being said, it's still only a 12-point game. Blake says, Jacob Host had 8 missed tackles in 18 minutes last night. Yeah, he was poor. Jacob Host got like 5 on Supercoach, Blake. 5. Don't forget, guys, we'll be streaming the Cowboys Knights game and the Sharks Bulldogs game tomorrow night. Mr. Pug says you should be a commentator. I currently am. I'm doing this right now, am I not? Yeah, he's from the Torres Strait. Torres Strait always confuses me. I don't really know, like, really. Oh, that's a great tackle. I don't know a great deal about Torres Strait. I don't know a great deal. I think we've had this conversation before, though. It's like an island. Is it islands off of Queensland somewhere? I think it is, isn't it? Freddie asked him something and he's immediately shut it down saying it's Queensland. Oh, there you go. So right-hand side, Luke says, how long till half-time? 8 minutes, mate. Martin Tapau, third tackle, 27 metres out here from the line. Third tackle here. Brown, Moses, Sivo yet to score. Yep, yeah. Reynolds kicks it over the top here for Selwyn Copper. Oh! Oh, it's gonna, the ball bounces brilliant. And that's going to be... No, Copper doesn't touch that ball. It's a try time for Tony Staggs. It's a good performance here for the Bronx. There's a good performance right now. Eels getting carved. Eels getting carved up right now. Eels getting carved up right now. They're going to start to really fix themselves quickly. Otherwise, the Broncos can run away with this one. And the Eels could finish themselves up in 15th this weekend. Is the game over? Not yet, but it's looking very, very prominent here for the Broncos at the moment. Like, the ball's just bouncing their favour. You know, you can just see it. The ball is just bouncing in their favour. The kicks are perfect tonight. Reece Walsh, that ball bouncing up was brilliant for Staggs to hit that back. You know, that ball bounces perfectly. It was kicked for Selwyn Cobbo. Like, the ball there was kicked for Selwyn Cobbo. This one mean sometimes just the ball goes your way, and sometimes just things go your way. And with a kick from that from Renault, he's kicking it out for Cobbo. The ball bounces above. Oh, does he touch that? That's close. That's very close. Seb Watson with the £2 donation says it was over in Panthers Seagulls first half. It was, mate. You're right. 32-0's a different ball game, though. Ooh, does he touch that? But I appreciate you, Seb Watson, for the £2 donation. But you are right. 32-0's a bit different, though, Seb. 32-0's a bit different. Does he touch that? I don't think he does, though. Does he? Could a certain score which lights up the chat be looming? I try to confirm. There you go. Oh, bro, you got to wait till 30 for that. The Eels are ever becoming a team that you're starting to lose faith in. Like, they keep playing up to opposition and playing down to opposition. And it's just like, this game has been disappointing so far. It's still, like, the game is still there. But if the Eels don't score next, it's game over for sure. And Renault will miss the kick. Seems like he's missing a lot of kicks. Eh, boys? Ask Zach Lomax how he's feeling right now. Guys, this is beautiful for the Broncos. Yeah, again, ball's just bouncing their way. And, like, if you take it, absolutely. Look at that. Ball bounced perfectly there. And it's kind of lazy as well from Simonson. Like, Simonson has to try and get back more as well. TSM, how does he keep missing? But as it says, I reckon Power won the second half, but they don't do enough to come back. Yeah, you can't give yourself a 16-point deficit to chase, and you know the Broncos do have that ability to let shit slip. But in the same sense, I feel like the Broncos have probably got this from here for sure. And Mordecai on the 40 says Broncos cruising tonight. I wouldn't say this is a cruise, but they're definitely looking the better team for sure. Big Webber says wonder what's trending on Netflix right now. You got to watch Netflix sometimes to get through it, but in the same sense, mate, stick through it. Back your team in. I don't leave until the 80th minute. I've never left a game of the Titans to the 80th minute, regardless of how bad we're getting beaten. Sometimes you've just got to man up. You've got to take the ego hit, and you've got to take it on the chin, because there will be times where you get the win, and you get more respect. Well, from yourself. You know, you get more respect from yourself. Who gives a shit what other people think? You know, you get more respect from yourself knowing that you were there, man. Like, you were there through the bullshit. Right? And then when you win, you deserve that ultimate win. Ooh, 40-20 attempt, but it will be at the 25 here for the Eels. I'll get the ball. Eels came back, now slowly dying. Well, the Eels should have had 2 tries, but Sivo was selfish. Lawrence says, I had enough this week. Para don't let me down no more. Ooh, Para are very well known for letting their fans down. Joshua says, Blues and Maroons. I'm a Maroons fan, bro. I'm from Queensland. Glass Statue says, don't worry, these Origin streams get hot on this channel, man. Like, we usually have like 800, 700 people watching the Origin streams, and it's hot, bro. It gets fiery in the chat, eh? Like, I either slap or I get slapped. I either slap someone, like, ask Knowledge for lyrics, how his feelings are. Anyone who was here for Origin 2 and 3 last year, I got absolutely annihilated by some little flop. And he heard about it in Game 3. So left-hand side here, Ryan Matt at the back to... that was a good play there by Renault. Origin killed Knowledge. Oh, bro, that slaughtered that guy, eh? Gutho gives it out to Sean Lane. Yeah, just nothing the Eels do right now is working, eh? Gutho taking it out at 30. And I don't think Gutho's had a bad game. I think people will blame him. Cowboys are king. FL Rex are up, says Cowboys are king. They're not been good so far. It's been knocked back here by... Knocked forward? It is knocked forward for the Broncos. Okay. If the Eels want to still be in this game, they have to score here. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have to score here if the Eels are going to win this game. I'm only going to read this out, Jay, even though you've removed it for a good reason, because I have a story to tell about this. So, yeah, they're going to say it was knock on from Selwyn. Luke Lewis says in Roblox, I bought all the Broncos jerseys. Okay, no one cares about Roblox, but I saw something really weird today. Oh, it's raining in Darwin. I didn't even realise this. I didn't even realise it was raining. I saw today, it was so strange. I was at Rabina Town Centre having lunch with a friend, and I saw this bunch of kids like wearing all these Roblox shirts, and I was like, wow, what has life become? It was like 16, 17-year-olds too. It wasn't like, oh, good run by Will McGreig here, 5 minutes out of the line. I've come to the conclusion that people who play Roblox are weird. But aside here, Jermaine up good. Oh, 1 minute out from the line. It'll be so good for Supercoach. Second tackle here. Left hand side. They give it out the back here to Moses. Moses here, Dylan Brown. Dylan Brown underneath here to Sean Lane. Great tackle there by Jordan Ricky. Had a really poor night tonight, Jordan Ricky, but that was good. Yeah, 16-year-olds. It was a bunch of guys with Roblox shirts. It was so weird. But you guys do you. If you got a passion for it, don't let me make you feel down. You know, maybe you think I'm weird for loving sport and rugby league as much as I do. Fourth tackle here, 5 metres out. Left hand side off to Dylan Brown. He fakes it himself. He'll be 3 metres out from the line. What's life become? What's life become, EQ, you know? What's life become? Right hand side, Mitchell Moses. Oh, it's a great kick. It'll be dropout coming up. Dropout coming up here. It's pouring down rain right now. Pouring down rain. Blue and gold never fold, as he says. Oh, plenty of folding here in the blue and gold. And Morikon Havundi says, beautiful game about rugby league. Things do change after half time. Exactly right, they do. Amori, that's a very mature comment for that one, because a lot of people don't respect that. Things can change dramatically in the second half, but 16 points is a lot to overcome. Because you have to expect the Broncos to just die in the arse while the Eels just go bang, you know. No, a short kick from Reynolds is not the play. No, Reno, no. So Gutho gets the ball here, 13 metres out. It's raining, it's pouring. Daniel is awesome. No, he's not. So left-hand side, first tackle, and now it's going to be Bryce Cartwright. And he'll get his ball 5 minutes out. This is a pouring down rain for a sold-out crowd. Gee whiz, unlucky, boys. Unlucky, boys. Left-hand side here, Brendan Hands finally. Oh, Will McGreig, he's been great since coming on. Third tackle here, 3 minutes out. They have to score here, you'd say. You'd have to say they have to score here. Mitchell Moses off to Brown. Brown here. Oh, it's a brilliant tackle there. That's a brilliant tackle. Simonson gets slapped 8 minutes out by Tony Staggs. Forward tackle, 1 minute to go here in the first half. Back to Dylan Brown. Dylan Brown back to Mitchell Moses. Moses here to Ryan Maddo. He'll be 30 minutes out. Appreciate you, Slapper. Thank you very much, Slapper, for the $5 membership. You're a legend for gifting that. 1 second here, left hand side. Dylan Brown. Short ball lane. Out the back. And still Eels ball. Fit tackle, Muppet. Pass the ball, bro. I don't know what Dylan Brown's doing there. But appreciate that, Slapper. ZDT. I don't think he's here. But if you are, then thanks, Slapper, immediately. That was... Oh, shut up, Blocker. Blocker, stop talking. Blocker, please. I'm not listening to Blocker ever again. Oh, my God. I hate this guy. Oh, he's so poor. He's just so horrible to listen to. Like... Blocker, what are you talking about Stags to play in the centres? We're very, very, very well aware it's going to be Tom Trbojevic and Latrell Mitchell. Like, what are you doing? Like, what do you want here, Blocker? What do you want us to do, Blocker? Blocker, what do you want us to do? New South Wales are clearly going to be going with Tom Trbojevic and Trell Mitt. When does Blocker retire? It's a great question from Jay. It's a very, very good question from Jay. Stags plays for Tonga anyway. But there we go. It is going to be... just got the email and tuned in. Well, there you go. Thanks. Good on you, ZDT. It will be halftime here. 22-6 to the Broncos. Parramatta, geez, they've had just the ball bounce away from them, eh? Like the Broncos, the kick that Reece Walsh made was not meant for the try over there. And then the kick that Reno made was meant for Selwyn Cobbo, not Stags. But the ball's just bouncing their favour. And when you're going well, when you've got the momentum, that's just what happens. And you've got to be happy if you're a Broncos fan. You've got to be really disappointed if you're an Eels fan. But if you're an Eels fan, like look at this game and just look at it from a perspective of you need Hodgson out of there. You need Hands to be the guy. You need somebody else on the hooker because Hodgson ain't it. I don't care how much he's on. I'd pay him the 800K just to sit on the bench. I don't care. Sit at home, mate. Play rugby league love at home. Like the guy's been poor this year. I think it was a silly play from the Eels to start off with, especially an aging hooker there. But it is what it is. I think that, yeah, look, it's tough for the Eels. Right now, this game is a 16-point deficit. Right this second, the Eels would be sitting in... they'd be going into the minus deficit. They're still above the... They would have to lose this game by 3, my 7, my 17. They'd have to lose this game by 35 points to go below the Dragons and like 60 points to go below the Raiders. About 80 points to go below the Dogs, right? But again, the Dragons, they have a game to play this week against the Roosters. The Raiders are the bias. Regardless, right this second, the Eels would be in 13th. The Raiders would go above them. And the Bulldogs, obviously, they play the Sharkies. But you would have to expect the Cowboys to go above the Eels. The Eels have to get beaten by a decent score here. And right now, it's looking likely. But guys, hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you are new around here. Disappointing for the Eels. Luck went the way of the Broncos, and they've been good for it. But it says, old mate's about to say that Gutho could be a fullback instead of Teddy. Oh, stop it. Listening to Blocker makes me want to retire. 69 says, howdy Blaze and everyone, thanks for your stream. Appreciate it, bro. We're here every day. You know that. It's like, what is Blocker talking about? Like, what do you mean there's been a lot of chatter about who's going to be the centre for New South Wales? No, there hasn't, Blocker. No, Blocker, there has not. No, Blocker, they have not, okay? There has not been chatter around who is going to be the centre for the New South Wales Rugby League team. We all are very well aware it's going to be Trell and Turbo. You muppet. Fox Channel 9, I watched it on KO, mate. Big Ball Sack says, don't take it away from the Bronx. Like, if you're going to look at it from the viewpoint that I am, like, you can still make an observation of how the ball has bounced in favour of them, and it's just, that's how it is when you're a team going well. The ball does bounce in your favour. But, you've also got to look at it in that sense. Like, yes, the ball, when they kicked it that way, that was one of the luckiest tries. It was great from Stags. Again, the Broncos have played well here, but also, like, Broncos fans might not like what I'm saying, but I'm giving you the credit you deserve, but also saying the Eels are unlucky here. Like, you look at two of those tries. That third try was great. The Ezra try was great, but also the Adam Reynolds... No, who scored? It was Adam Reynolds who scored from the Ezra flick, and, like, the first try, like, Sean Russell's job on that kick was poor. But again, like, when you're a team going well, these things happen. And they go and they bang for you. And right now it's going well for the Broncos. You cannot complain about that. Who choosing for Origin? Probably a Queensland fan. I'm always going to take Queensland. But New South Wales have the better team. But again, New South Wales always usually have the better team in the last 5, 6, 7 years. And yet Queensland are, 3 and 2 in the last 5 years and should be 0 and 5. Sorry, 2 and 3 in the last 5 years, but should be 0 and 5. It just tells you a lot about New South Wales. Joshua says, 1 Raiders, 2 Broncos, 3 Bulldogs, my top 3 fave. They are 3 really random teams to put together. Kane Niwa says, Tanner Boyd currently has the most tackles missed and most tackles. Yep, but Tanner Boyd is also a very good defending halfback. Also has the best conversion rate in the business. By a bit. He's 92%. I think he's missed 1 or 2 kicks all season, Tanner Boyd. Eels attack and defense is poor. I would say definitely defense. Attack-wise, we haven't seen much from them. They haven't had the ball a great deal in an attacking area, so you can't really talk too much on the attack, but defensively, absolutely. Big Papa says, Blocker must be one of the few NRL TV pundits who played in the 80s still left. Time for retirement? Please. Take your money and go to bed, please. ZDT says, petition to make slamming your head into a wall known as Blocker Roach commentary recovery. That is a great decision. That is a very great decision. Sean Morris says, no upset tonight, guys. There's still time, but in the same sense, I think Broncos win this game. But there's still definitely time. Joshua Price says, hi, hello, mate. Justin Lee says, Mike, a score, please. Malcolm says, Broncos about to run away with the points. Potentially, but the Eels need to, it's 16 points. Like, it's still doable, but in the same sense, like, with it pouring down rain, it's going to be very, very difficult for the Eels to come back here. If Eels lose to Titans go 9th. What? Eels are below the Titans, mate. The Eels are in 12th. The Titans are in 10th. This game has nothing to do with us. The only thing is the Eels would go... If the Eels beat the Broncos, they would have gone above the Titans, the Roosters, and the Dolphins. But the Eels are below the Titans. They're below the Knights. The Eels are on 6 points. The Titans are on 8 points. So, I don't know where that came from. Christian Kerr says Freddie Fittler is the reason New South Wales are 5-0. He's a terrible coach. I also think it's because you've had a couple of injuries. But in the same sense, you can't actually even blame injuries, really. You can't actually blame injuries in New South Wales. Because, like, they say, oh, the Trells never lost an Origin Series, blah, blah, blah. Or, you know, Tom Boyovich wasn't there. Well, guess what? Tom did. A rookie, effectively. You know, a guy that the Broncos tossed out of the equation, came in for Munster last season in a do-or-die game and got the job done. Like, you can't even... Like, there's no way New South Wales can complain about last year. Queensland just with a better team. But yeah, it should be 5-0 in the last 5 years in New South Wales, but they just don't get Origin, babe. They don't get Origin. Amelia says, who are you going for? Emilio. Emilio, my friend. My brother, Emilio. Come on, man. Come on, Emilio. I'm not going for anyone here, man, but obviously, you know, I have a preference. But in the same sense, like I don't really care who wins this game. But I did tip the Eels. Because I thought they'd be a bit more up about them, but just not up about them today. Logan says Tigers put in the New South Wales Cup. Tigers put in the New South Wales Cup. No, I don't think any team will ever they'll get rid of a team again. I think it'll be too... I think that getting rid of teams nowadays is near on impossible unless the team goes bankrupt. It's not like it used to be. Times have changed. I don't think we'll ever see a team getting rid of again. Jordan Curry says, good night from Papua New Guinea. I say Broncos start to defend the whole second half. Well, good luck. We'll see how we go. But appreciate you all the way in Papua New Guinea. Jason, hit the like button to be a freeloader. It's free. Hit the like button, son. Just do it, son. Just do it. Hit the thumbs up button right now. Hit the thumbs up button right now. And subscribe. If you don't subscribe, you're a muppet. How many votes we got? Brisbane Broncos 61%. 816 votes. Pretty impressive. 816 votes. Pretty impressive. And don't forget, we'll be streaming both games tomorrow. Stephen Curry, Edison Morse, do NRL Fantasy. I do Supercoach. Actually, let's have a look at the Supercoach scores. While we wait here, let's have a look at the Supercoach scores. Supercoach! That's not my team. Actually, let me have a look at the team first. Who's playing? Dylan Brown. Told to keep him. Hopgood 16 is not good. Hopgood 16 is not good. We need him to do well. We need him to do something better. Alright, let's go look at my team. 40 for Dylan Brown. Oh, he got that assist. That's right. He got that try assist for Gutho. Bring back the Western Suburbs. Stuff the Tigers. Well, they're getting rid of Leichhardt. Like, to be fair. Hold on, let's do that. Log in. Alright, let's get a look at my team. I don't think my team's doing that well this round, though. I think there's going to be a lot. Oh, Ryan Matt on 35. I'll take it. Payne Haas on 39. Bit whatever, but okay. Yeah, Dustin's not playing. I've only got 2 players playing today's game. Ryan Maddo and Payne Haas. I think that most people are going to struggle to get to that the 1,000 mark again this week. Stephen Crichton, 141 is impressive. Trell Mitt, with how well he played last night, 98, I would have liked a bit more. Cody Walker was on like 2 at half time. Adam Reynolds is on 67 at the moment. Ezra Mam 62. Yeah, this week so far has been a bit of a low scoring week. Titans Dolphins should be a high scoring game, but you'd assume. Love when Eels lose, their whole fan base starts whinging. It's hilarious. They do. Joshua Price says Adam Reynolds is a good player. Thank you, Joshua. Adam Reynolds is a good player, Joshua. Is that right? Thank you very much, Joshua. Thank you, sir. For letting us know that Adam Reynolds is a good player. I will agree with you. Son. Will explains what are the chances Walsh and Combo score second half. That multi looking good. I hope so. I hope you win, mate. See the Broncos come out with the same fire in the second half. Bring back the Western Suburbs. The Broncos come on, really stuffed the Broncos, but I ended up tipping the Broncos. The Eels can win, but there is still the second half. No, you didn't, Harrison. You tipped the Eels. Laurie Ingertower says, how good would it be for the Tigers to beat Manly and Eels? Well, the Tigers didn't beat the Eels. The Tigers have already played the Eels, and they lost. But Tigers beat Manly. everyone's getting a vibe about it, but I'm not. Like, I brought Junior Tupou into my team for the Tigers. I think he's doing well. I think he'll go up some good money, but I'm not getting a vibe about him, mate. I'm just not getting the same vibe that people are getting about him. Like, I can feel something there, but I still think Manly win the game. Lorenzo Estana says, mate, great stream as usual. Appreciate you, man. You reckon the decision to trade Marnie ruined the Eels' chances? I think losing Marnie has been a big loss here for sure, because Hodgson's not a good hooker for starters. Was, not anymore. And I also think that a big loss has come in the fact that they don't have that real grunt back row right now. I think Sean Lane's coming back from injury. I don't think that he's had that same physicality there. And I think that they're playing their team wrong. They haven't put Ryan Matter on the back row. I don't know why Brad Arthur is putting Jermaine Hopgood on the bench and putting Matter into 13 and Bryce Cartwright 12. Bryce Cartwright's not that great. Bryce Cartwright hasn't been great for years, man. Like, he's been okay to start this season, but he's not been anything spectacular. And then you get Ryan Matter back into the team after his suspension, and you play him out of position. He's not a lock. Like, Ryan Matter is a straight-up back rower. Like, Ryan Matter is not a lock for me. So I think you take Bryce Cartwright, you put him on the bench. You've got number 11, Sean Lane. You've got number 12, Ryan Matter. You've got number 13, Jermaine Hopgood, who is a 13. It was working when Jermaine Hopgood was starting for the team. I don't understand why they're doing this. I don't understand why Brad Arthur is doing it. KS says Titans currently have the worst offense but best pressuring defense. Well, that's one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard, because the Titans are in the top 6 for attack right now. The Titans have scored 136 points. What are you talking about? I think they're top 8 for attack. But, like, what are you talking about worst attack? The worst attack is the Tigers with 90 points. The Roosters are second worst with 106 points. And the Bulldogs are the third worst with 107. And then you get the Cowboys. Then you get the Raiders. Then the Dragons. And then maybe the Titans, who I think are in 9th. But I don't know what you're talking about worst. Actually, no, they're above Manly. No, they're 3 points short of Manly. And only 4 points short of the Storm. I don't know what that comment was about. Anis says, hi. Hello, Anis. Cowboys fans, would you rather see Eels come back or Broncos slapping by 50? Well, I guess Eels come back. But in the same sense, like, I don't really mind either way. Broncos win by 50. You got to appreciate the success. You got to appreciate the way they did it. Christian says, Tigers might actually win that last game of Leichhardt against the Cowboys. Yeah, people said that against the Titans, and look what happened. Like, the Tigers are the Tigers, bro. But it'd be great to see them win their last game at Leichhardt. Like, worst fan base in the NRL, I would say for aggressiveness and, like, physically aggressive and violent, I'd say Dogs. But I love Dogs fans because they're very passionate, but they just take it too far. For, like, most annoying fan base, I think it does go to the Eels, eh? Like, I think the Eels do get quite the most annoying. I think they probably do. But I get why they're annoying. Like, 38 years of nothing is going to get frustrating. You know? Like, you guys tell me if I'm wrong. Like, tell me in the chat if I'm wrong, of what you think. That's the only perspective. Yeah, I don't know. I'd probably go with the Eels. I'd probably go with the Eels. Jordan Carries is great sharing, bro. Keep it up. Appreciate you, man. We're here every day. Lucas says he tipped the Eels, Harrison. Yeah, Harrison tipped the Eels. Joshua says, who do you hate in the NRL? You, Joshua. Liz Morgaba says, I wonder if Essendon will get a hat-trick tonight. He's one try off. Thank you, Lismore. But yes, he's playing well. Lucas says, Titans attack is good, K. The defense is dodgy and they make a lot of errors. Correct. Big Papa says, read somewhere Hopgood not an 80-minute player, said Bush Supercoach Arthur felt better for him to start off the bench, but agreed Jermaine should start. I don't understand why he shouldn't start. Like, he's been, when he played the first 2-3 games, when he was completely like a full 80 player, he was getting great stats. Like, fantastic stats. Howard's fans is right, Eels heading to 38 years. I should have backed my gut more from last year. Like, I said that if they didn't win the grand final last year, they'll go through another 5-10 years of rebuilding. And right now, like, could you argue it? They re-signed a coach that just hasn't been able to do it. But I guess they made the grand final last year. But it's like, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see what's happening here with the Eels team, eh? Like, it really doesn't. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to see it. Harrison James says, I absolutely tipped the Eels, and I am a Muppet. Fair enough. Like a Doggo says, Panthers, they just put down my Thruly about them winning the grand final. I don't know what that means. I think you're trying to say that you don't think the Panthers can win the grand final. I think they can. I've got Rabbits still, which I had since before the season started. But them and the Sharks, to me, I really like the Sharks going forward. I think they'll fix. I think they'll sort things out, especially considering they've got. Especially considering they've got Craig Fitzgibbon, who was the defensive coach at the Roosters. But here we go, guys. 22-6, the Broncos. Second half is about to start here. The walk from Parramatta to the stadium is about to happen. It'll take about 50 minutes to walk from this little clubhouse thing to the stadium. But obviously, hit that thumbs up button, guys. Subscribe if you're new around here. Again, Cowboys nights tomorrow, and also Sharkies and the Bulldogs. Yes, Sharks Bulldogs. Sharks Bulldogs. Cowboys nights. Let's go. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe. Big Papa says, I'm the exception for annoying Eels supporters. Right, Blaze? No, it's me, Senpai, please. Well, now you're annoying for saying Senpai. Because that reminds me of Senpai. Luke Lewis, did you bully me, mate, about playing Roblox? I did. I did. That was mainly Jay who bullied you, but I'll jump in on the bullying. But all right, here we go. It's still pouring down rain here. It's still pouring down rain. Liz Morgan said, I heard that Reece Walsh is sick and he's been vomiting. Oh, no. Come on, man. Right, Brighton says still pissing down. It is, yeah. Jay's 500-0 in fights. He fights once every year. Jay does fight once every year, and he is 500-0. You are right. Jeez, it is pouring down. I just can't see the Eels coming back in weather like this. Hey, there's going to be mistakes. They've already made enough mistakes. My gosh. Where did all the fans in the grandstand go out of vision? Can you see how much this is pouring down right now? Luke says, say sorry and I won't unsub. All right. Have a laugh, man. Have a laugh, man. You want to unsub, bro. There's other channels that you can do this for. But, you know, have a laugh, bro. I'm going to talk shit. Roblox sucks. First tackle for the Eels. They're 10 metres out from the line. They're going to go right-hand side here. Get on a short lane. And solve the Titans if you need, bro. Go for gold, boy. Go for gold. Second tackle at the 20. They go left-hand side here to Bailey Simonson. Gets out of 30. Chase just timed him out. I love when people threaten to unsub. It's like, what do you think I'm going to do, man? You think I'm going to get down on my knees here so you don't unsubscribe? Like, if you like the channel, you like the channel. If you don't like the channel, you don't like the channel. Like, it's not my choice. Like, fit tackle here. And if you subscribe, you know the channel is just full of banter. Lismore Gardens, the second half is on. Eels should be prepared to go home with a smashing done by the horses. You would assume so at this point. Like, this would be a major choke if the Broncos lost this game from here. But it is pouring down rain, so it's tough conditions, man. It is. Loco Doco says, when I used to play NRL, it was the best sliding on the field. You used to play NRL, Loco Doco, did you? You did? So you used to play in rugby league as a professional rugby league player, and now your profile picture is of a cat on YouTube. Thank you, Loco Doco. So third tackle here, Selwyn Cobbo. He'll get taken down to 48. Logan says, you have 28.8k subs, minus one sub donor. I know, people always try to threaten it, eh? You're just like, come on, man. Like, what do you want from me? What do you want? So fifth tackle here. I also don't have 28.8, 22.8, but still, good on. Right, so minus one sub of 22.8k would be a huge loss. Mate, I don't know how I'm going to sleep tonight. But up it goes there. Mike Zimmer, good take. And with that being said, like, I appreciate every single individual one of you, but it's like you threatening to unsub is not going to break my heart. So right-hand side here, it's going to be second tackle. Channel says, great video this morning from the Titans on the recovery of the future Dally M medalist Bo Firma. He seems to be making great progress. You got to love Bowie, mate. Bowie's a great bloke and a hard worker, and I know he'll come back stronger than ever. He's done it before, I think, at Newcastle as well. So Eels next 4 games are Knights, Titans, Raiders, and Souths. Could honestly see them losing 3 of those worrying signs. Jeremiah, who's that one you've got them beaten? Jeremiah, don't be cheeky. Who have you got them beating in those games there, Jeremiah? Blake says, I will unsub my 20k accounts and sub to you. Have fun taking 3 years to do that. Mitchell Moses here. He puts that ball up into the air. Not an easy kick here for the Broncos. And not an easy camera work there from the cameraman. But at least we got there in the end. And Reece Walsh will get taken down 3 metres out from his own line. On in the PlayStation doesn't count. Oh, it does. I don't even know what we're talking about. EQ says it would, but I believe the Broncos will hold on. Ooh, is that a head clash? I think that is a head clash here with Simonson and Cobbo. 37 minutes to go here in the game. I think that's a head clash there. Touch wood. You got to touch wood, mate. It's not like an injury, but it's definitely a head clash here. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's not that bad, but I hope he's alright, bro. Matthew Hayes, did you see Brisbane by round 26 in the top 4? Well, based on their performances right now, surely. You know, surely it would take a major choke for them not to be there. Like you can't lie. But in the same sense, like this is what they did last year. You know, they should be a top 4 team. They're playing like a top 4 team, but will they consistently play like a top 4 team with the rest of the competition? Because last year, they did this. They played very well. Panthers were better. Let's be granted. Panthers were better for the majority of the comp. You had a good Cowboys team. You had a solid Sharkies team who would beat on the younger boys and not the bigger boys. Summers is still down here. What's a Hoff? I'd say you're probably talking about Hall of Famer, maybe. I don't know. No, Logan says Broncos win 66-6. No, I don't think so, mate. I think if they're going to win, they'll be like, maybe they might hit a 50. They might hit a 50 bomb, but I don't think so. Not in this weather. But yeah, Matthew, you have to say right at this very moment that you'd be looking at Broncos in top 4. Right at this very moment, you'd be looking at Broncos in top 2. But yeah, you know, obviously a long season to go. Long season to go. And finals are also a different ball game. You can... Not a lot of teams that come first, or not many first place teams actually go on to win the comp at the end of the year. Hoff. Loco Doco Hoff. I don't know what that means. I thought it meant Hall of Fame, but it's not. Do you think the Eels are strong to make the 8? Will they finish strong and breeze in? Well, based on their early season performances, it's starting to look more and more likely that they're not a top 8 team at all. It's starting to look very, very likely. Logan said, you should do an NRL Kahoot quiz one time. Thank you, Logan. I did that 2 days ago. So, fit tackle here. They're 35 metres out from their own line. Leo Fraser, Broncos South Grand Final. I think demote Billy Walters, Pags better hooker. 40-20 attempt there. Mikey Silver grabs the sport at 15. I still think Sharks South, bro. I still want to see this Broncos team take on a Rabbitohs or a Sharks or Panthers again. That's really it. That's really it for me in regards to the real top tier quality teams. Like I guess you can look at the Storm as well because the Storm have a good record against Brisbane. Where do you think Titans will end up in round 26? I still think we're top 8. Lucas says Hall of Fame Muppet. No, it is. So, Hall of Fame Muppet is... okay, I get it now. Yep, it was Hall of Fame, but he's calling you a Muppet. 4 tackle over the Eels. They get inside the attack and a half now. 45 metres out. They go right-hand side here, and Brendan Hands with a strong little run there to the 33. Fit tackle now. Wise Titans Grand Final. Choo! Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good chase here from Gutho. Good take by Reece Walsh. Arguably tackling there. I think that's a penalty. Fouled HIA for Bailey Thomason. That's obvious pretty much at that point. I thought we were talking about the Eels for a second, and I was about to say consistency isn't exactly their thing. Eels have never been consistent, eh? It would really be tough to be an Eels fan. Like, they promised so much in the most recent couple of years, but they're about to go into a tough period, Eels fans. You're about to go into a real tough period, eh? A real tough period. Fair enough, Jay. Fair enough, bro. The Aces Warriors been a pleasant surprise. I hope they make the 8. It's good for a game. Right-hand side, it is good for the game. Broncos and Warriors being good this year is really good for the game. Tell you, if the Gold Coast were better and started winning and the Gold Coast was lit up, like there's no better place. Oh, that's out in the full, is it? Oh, did he knock that on? Oh, he has. He has knocked that on. They're going to knock on. Can you challenge this then? We couldn't see it. I couldn't see it. Sorry. A little bit. You may as well challenge this if you're so confident, Gutho. I think they're challenging this. They are going to challenge this. I didn't get to see what happened here. I didn't get to see, so I'm going to have a look here again. Let's have a look. This is a poor play here if it's just him touching, if it's just him doing it. Wait, what? No. Well, Gutho, what are you challenging? I didn't see that because I had my KO a little bit behind the chat. But that was possibly the worst challenge I've ever seen in my life. That is possibly, you know what? That has overtaken the worst challenge I've ever seen in my life as the worst challenge I've ever seen in my life. That is horrific. That is absolutely horrific. Like, I get what he was trying to do, but it was horrific. J-Dawg says, do you know what happened to Shannon Fuller? Is in a Q Cup team now that he's no longer contract to the Titans? Not sure, bro. So Broncos with the ball, 20 metres out from the line. Ezra Mam take it down, 11 metres out from the line. 11 metres out here. First tackle for the Broncos. They roll it back to Reece Walsh. Walsh gets it back here to Carrigan. Carrigan off to Martin Tapau. And Tapau will get taken down 10 metres out. Oh, he's going to get taken on the sideline here. No, second tackle at 10. Warriors vs Titans. New Zealanders win either way. Exactly right, Lucas. Exactly right, bro. But I tell you what, Gold Coast would light up, bro. Gee whiz. Carrigan, good strong run to the 10. Third tackle. Let's see if the Eels can hold some form of defense. Corey Pakes with a cheeky little run. That's a cheeky little run there from Corey Pakes. 4 tackle, 2 minutes out from the line. 4 tackle now. They're going to roll it back here to... Oh! Is that Jensen? I can't even see. Yeah, Corey Jensen held up. So it'll be 5th tackle here. 5th tackle. Great challenge by Gutho. Fantastic. Blake says, what does block of Roche mean he had to go for it? Well, wait, it was going to be 40-20 otherwise, so... That's what he's saying. And I don't want to defend Blocker because Blocker's usually an absolute peanut. But, like, I had to tell you why he was saying that. Because it would have been a 40-20. Oh, there's going to be a hip drop, is there? Hip drop. There's going to be a sin bin here. Eels going to get sin bin here. Jermaine Hopkins in the bin. Jermaine Hopkins in the bin. My coaching. A lot of other people. Actually, no, I got rid of Hopkins, didn't I? I got rid of Hopgood from my team for Ryan Maddo, thank God. And Hopgood has... Like, what do you do? Like, hip drops nowadays are so... Like, any tackle is a hip drop, eh? Like... Yeah, what do you do? Like, what are you meant to do in that situation? I don't understand how Jermaine Hopgood is classed as an illegal act from what just happened. It's from a lot of super coaches. Yeah, I got rid of him for Ryan Maddo, so I'm okay. But I just don't know what the NRL wants a player to do in a situation like that. Like, he's making it... It's not like a bad tackle. The Eels have dropped off Josh eventually. And also teams have caught up to him as well. Tasman says all the chorus scored this game. Brian says, what random bin? Yeah, they're just saying it's a hip drop. I just don't agree, really. Krabby Nip says, hello, Rabbitohs are the best team. Rabbitohs did well last night. Rabbitohs says, Hopgood is hopping his way to the bin. Rabbitohs says, that's right. Bullshit call there. Alflazy says, yeah, I agree. But in the same sense, like, it is consistent with how stupid the ruling is. Like, the ruling is consistent, but it's also really stupid. Exactly right, Brian. That was nothing. Exactly right. So, Eels are a man down. The Broncos took the 2. It's 24-6 here with 32.5 minutes to go here at the game. Gets from bad to worse. The Eels will finish at least 13th end of this week as Rays had to bye. Yeah, they will. And if the Dragons beat the Roosters, which is possible on Anzac Day, if the Bulldogs beat the Sharks, which is kind of impossible, but good luck, they could finish in second last. If the Cowboys as well flog the Knights, which I don't think happens, but if they do, then there is a genuine chance the Eels could go into second last again. Who's your favourite team? I'm from the Gold Coast, man. So 4 tackle, they get left-hand side, gives it off to Corey Jensen, and Jensen gets taken down to 45. Smell the Eels get smashed. Yeah, but you've had some wankery Brisbane comments for the whole stream. And they're going to go, Reece Walsh through here. Oh, good defense from Gutho. That's good defense from Gutho. Like, you could have easily gone for Reece Walsh there. They got the pass away, and then you probably could have easily scored as a man for a hat-trick, but... Gutho found the right one. Gutho found the right play and locked it down. That was nice there from Gutho defensively. Alright, so Eels get this ball to the 25. I really thought this game would be close. Yeah, I think we did too, man. I think we all did. I thought the Eels would be up for it, but, ball's just gone in favour of the Broncos. When you're in a momentum, when you just keep winning. And right now, the Broncos just keep winning. I know they lost that one game to the Rays. They didn't let their heads get down and, still cracking on here. Like... Technically, it's 18 points. If the Eels score a converted try in the next 11 minutes, they give themselves some hope. 12 points down, 20 minutes to go. But they just don't look like really scoring. They just don't really look like scoring. Ryan Maddo taking down 4 tackle at the 35. They haven't even had an attacking set, really. That's a huge hit. And that's going to be Broncos pick it up here. No, it's Martin Tapau. They just play it on here. Yep, that's a huge hit. Broncos just play it on here. Oh, it's gone backwards. I don't think that was a knock-off on the Eels anyway, so lucky the Broncos picked it up. Big Papa says, is it me or is Junior Paulo doing an impression of Invisible Man whenever he's been on RCG been carrying power forwards? Oh, 4 pass. That's a 4 pass knock-on anyway. So Eels get the ball at the 40. Yeah, Junior Paulo's been really down this year for me. I think Regan Campbell-Gillard's clearly been the better player of the two for Parramatta in this season. I don't even think it's a debate. I think Regan Campbell-Gillard's clearly been the guy carrying the load for the front row forwards there and the forwards in general. 30 minutes to go here the game, guys. 30 minutes to go. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you are new around here. That's definitely a 4 pass there from Herbie Farnworth. But Herbie knocks it on anyway. I know what you're doing, Kaya, so enjoy that. I know what you're trying to get. Jeremiah Towa says, Eels fans can't complain. They've had a difficult draw so far to be a premiership winning team. You've got to beat who you come up against. I agree. They can complain about the fact that they've taken on the Panthers, the Roosters, and the... somebody else on a bye. Manly, Panthers, and Roosters 3 weeks consecutively off a bye. You can complain about that. But... yeah, to be the best, you've got to beat the best. So, yeah, if the Eels thought they were something this year, then they had to, win a couple of those games. And they only beat the Panthers by 1 point, which is great, but in the same sense, you'd want more. But here we go. So, second tackle here from the Eels. 20 minutes out, like I said, 30 minutes to go. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe. Second tackle, they roll it back to Brendan Hands. Right side, good that Brad Arthur's just not brought Hodgson back on here. Touch wood, he doesn't change it now. Third tackle, Dura. If they score here with a man down... be impressive because there's still 30 minutes to go here. Ryan Maddow back on the inside. Gutho, good tackle there by Martin Tapau to stop him from getting through. 4 tackle, 3 meters out here from the line. Brennan Hands out the back into Moses. Moses here, nice step. Wow, that was a good step, but good defensive tackle there again from Corey Pakes and Martin Tapau. Left hand side, Brennan Hands off to Dylan Brown. Dylan Brown kicks it through here. I think that's played out. I don't know where the ball is. The ball's still here. It's Eels' ball. It's going to be 6 again. 6 again for the Eels. All right. First tackle for the Eels. Was that a knock on Broncos? No? Okay. Apparently it's just one on strip. And then, Sean Lane. Sean Lane gets the offload. Oh, bro, you got to be careful with those kind of offloads in this wet weather. No, he knocked it on. Don't worry. Wow. And that's Sean Lane's fault, bro. That's Sean Lane's fault, man. You can't be offloading that ball like that in this wet weather. That's on Lane, bro. That's on Lane. Brennan Hands, Sean Lane. You can't offload this ball like this, man. If you can't get it to Hands, it's definitely knock on there. If you can't get it to Hands, then you just don't. Yeah, no, we're going to time you out to this profit. Yeah, good call, Jay. Good call. No one finds it funny to this profit. Cobbo said, Sapella says, Cobbo, you need to resume your no butter diet, mate. The increase in butter-based calories is causing the re-inflammation of your butterfingers. Selwyn's not really done much this year, has he? Has Selwyn really done much this year? How many tries he scored? 3? Has he scored that many? I don't think I've really seen him get that on the score sheet. Jeremiah Todd says, Storm Sharks, Manly Panthers, Roosters 5 rounds into the season is pretty rough though. It is rough for sure, but in the same sense, if you want to beat the best, you've got to beat the best. Good quote from Never Back Down. Oh, big tackle there from Sean No, he's still coming back here. Not Sean. Yeah, it was Sean Russell. Herbie Farmer got to the 45 on the Eels side of the field. He's got 6. Yeah, nothing too spectacular. He's good. He's good, but it's just I haven't really seen a great deal from Selwyn. Right inside here to Reynolds. And that's not me shitting on him. That's just me saying, the Broncos have been good enough to deal with it. Without him, I'd let the ball bounce. Oh, that's a knock on there for sure from Selwyn. And it's going to be Gutho who brings his ball out to the 10. Gutho, can he get the offload away? No, he can't. Who have the Broncos got next week? I think they got the Rabbitohs. I think it's a big game between them and the Rabbitohs. Let's go have a look. I think the Broncos have the Rabbitohs. Oh, they do. Yeah, Brisbane versus the Rabbitohs at Suncorp Stadium next Friday night. Next Friday night. Alright, so... Eels knock on. Eels knock on. That'll be a good game next week, actually, between the Rabbitohs and the Broncos. That will be where I see the Broncos. I will see the Broncos for who they are against the Rabbitohs next week. That's a big game. Yeah, of course it's Suncorp Stadium. Not a surprise. Absolutely, Jeremiah. And of course it's a Friday night, isn't it? It's Friday night, 8 p.m. Yep. It's typical. Of course it is. Of course it is, bro. What are you're not surprised, are you? But the Broncos here at 28 meters out here from the Eels line. Rabbitohs vs Broncos match will be amazing. No, we'll see. Trell will tear at Brisbane, don't worry. Ooh, I don't know. Left-hand side here. Broncos got a good defense, especially at Suncorp as well. That'll be a pretty packed-out crowd. All right, first tackle. Eels just hanging on. Of course they are. They've got a man down for the last 8 minutes. Yeah, exactly right, Lawrence Sarr. If only Sivo passed the first half. Yeah, the whole game would be different if Sivo passed, but he didn't. Ezra Mam, short side, third tackle, 8 minutes out. Still 25 minutes to go here. Hopgood's still in the bin for another minute or so. Harrison says, bye-bye Broncos, and the fans won't be laughing anymore after that. I think they're pretty alright right now. Oh, gee, that's a high tackle. Yep, penalty to the Broncos. Moses. Penalty to the Broncos. Penalty to the Broncos. Penalty to the Broncos. And they're going to go for the 2 here. So they'll make it a 20-point game. That should be game over. This 2-pointer here should be game over. Smart decision making by the Broncos. Remember, this is Eels asking the questions, but Broncos have all the answers. I disagree. I don't think the Eels are asking the questions at all, actually. At all. Give me 1 second here, guys. I don't think the Eels have been asking many questions at all today. Like, in the first maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes, like as soon as it passes that ball, they got up 6-2, but it didn't. Brighton says, please don't say game over. Nah, look, like real, I'm not even joking with you, Brighton. I don't think they can come back from 20 points down to this weather. If it was on like a hot day, if it was on a day where it was good weather, you know, I don't know, I feel like the Eels could still do it, but not, 20 points is a lot, man. I know you don't like it. I know Broncos fans shouldn't like it. You know, if you're a fan of a team and you start saying game over, 20 points up, like, your team's going to lose. I've experienced it many times with Titans. I've seen many times where it's happened with other teams too. Big teams as well. Look, Panthers fans were chirpy last night with 7.5 minutes to go. So you've got to always be pretty grounded in your thought process that things can still happen. And look, for the sake of you, Brighton, obviously the Eels could still come back here, but I don't think so. I think that makes it a 4-try game, and I can't see the Eels coming back from 4 tries down in this weather. Harren says, some of the errors from the Eels, we have had worse losses. Mate, in my lifetime, this wouldn't even be in the top 100 of your worst losses. Logan Thavier says, Warriors vs Sharks. Yeah, but the Warriors have got something in them this year. Eels have shown many times, like, look, the Warriors are in fourth place? The Warriors are in 4th place for a reason, man. You know, they'll stay 4th. They'll stay more than likely in the top. Oh, no, they could drop out. Probably will drop out of the top 4 unless they beat the Storm. Actually, no, they will drop out of the top 4 unless they beat the Storm, because the Storm would go above them. But yeah, you know, it's absolutely, you're right. You're right. Just I don't really get how fans can get so confident. And it's just like, man, I've seen crazy shit happen. I've seen crazy, like for example, I'm a Man City fan, right? I've seen my team go from the pits to just being fantastic. I've seen my team being down 2-1. With 3 minutes to go and the 5 minutes to go in the last game of the season, and scoring twice and 93-20 as well with Sergio Aguero. And then again happening again last year with Gundogan, where you think it's all done when you're down, you know, you're down big to Aston Villa at home. So like shit just can get crazy in sport. But this, in wet weather like this, you can't see it. Like this game will just play out from here. It's about Eels. This is what I said to you guys last week, the Eels Bulldogs. This game right now is about the Eels not conceding too much to lose their big points differential, or decent points differential. Because right now they'd go into the negatives. They were plus 13. Now they would be minus 7, roughly. It'd be minus 7 in points differential. So they need to just limit it. They really... Why is Ryan Madison coming off? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you just got to be careful about getting ahead too early. Haven't heard no fat lady. Oh, she's warming up, Brian. She's very much warming up. Cowboys fans, the Eels need to score first before you can say they will come back. Well, no, but I know what you're saying, but no. Tyrock says Titans top 4. Absolutely, so. You watch, we'll power home, bro. We will power home this season. When we get a full team back and we've got 8 of our last 13 or something at home, I'm telling you, we will power home. We get 3 home games in a row at one stage at the end of the season. Shiny Stars, I think the Storm will be big movers this round. They're already in the top 6 as it is. Up it goes here. High kick, Sivo! Try time on that, Brighton. Micah Sivo gets up, but Micah Sivo with a great try. That's a great take. And this is why you never call game over. But I still think it's game, but at the same time, it's not. 21 minutes to go here, 16-point game. This is why you look around. This is what we're talking about. This is what we're talking about here. It gives them a chance. It gives them a sneaky little chance. I still think the Broncos win. It's a miracle if they lose this game. It's a massive choke they lose this game. But, you know, Selwyn Cobbo, I don't think he's been that great this year for me personally. Laurie says, so true, Blaze, the players coming back, Broncos yet to lose some. Well, that's the thing. A healthy team wins the comp. It's always the way. The healthier team always does the best. Because you got your best players in. But Marcus Silva, what a take. I wouldn't say it's game on, Shining Star. I'd say it's game on if the Eels score again. 20 minutes to go. Here of the game, guys. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe. Don't forget Cowboys Knights tomorrow and Sharks Bulldogs. I wouldn't say it's game on now, but it's game on if the Eels score again in the next 5 minutes, even 10 minutes. If the Eels score again in the next 10 minutes, they'll bring it to an 8-point game. Oh, we'll see what Mitchell Moses does here first. If Mitchell Moses gets this kick, it'll be a 14-point game. Is that still on? Hard kick here, though, in this weather. But he does get it. Bang. All right, so 14-point game here, 26-12. Yeah, if the Eels score in the next 10 minutes, it's definitely game on. They've got 10 minutes to do it. You can't really score 3 tries in the last 10 minutes. You can't be going into the last 10 minutes with 3 tries. You can go into the last 10 minutes with 2 tries to get. But you've also got to imagine the Broncos just completely collapse and get complacent here. But again, the Sharks did it. The Sharks did do it. The fact we have 7 weeks away from home is ridiculous. It is Ty Rock, but in the same sense, we do get like 8 of our last 13 or something at home. We have 3 home games in a row at one stage. You know, we finish off the season right at home. We play 3 of our last 5 at home. Like, we have a really strong end of the season. And considering all our injuries and what right now, as long as we keep in touch, we will have Sam Verrills back by then. We'll have Jimmy Jolliffe. You know, we've got Joe DeFeater back already for this weekend. We'll have the Brisbane Millionaire, who'll be back probably next weekend. He might play this week, but I think he'll play next week. You know, we won't have Bo Firma, but yeah, we've got some good players to come back, bro. And we'll have a home run, and we're pretty good at home. We're pretty good at home. Oh, this might be a high tackle here. He's trying to get a penalty here, Matt Dury. He's trying to get a penalty. He's desperate for a penalty. Just play on, bro. Come on, mate. Just play on, bro. He's really desperately trying to play for a penalty here. Oh, settle down, bro. Come on, mate. Settle down. You're not getting a penalty, mate. I can see why he thought it was, but it's not. I think Cobb should have done a little better in that situation. He should have done a lot better in that situation. That should be covered by the defensive winger. Big Papa says that loss against Real last year, Sammy still hurts considering we're up. We're up and down. Then Rodrigo scored a double out of nowhere, but with Haaland, we're a good chance this time around. I actually was hurt more by Leon than I was by Madrid. Sterling's miss against Leon will haunt me to this day. That's a 2 and 1 strip. 2 and penalty, 2 plays in the tackle. It's 2 plays in the tackle. It's going to be a knock-on against the Broncos, but that should be a penalty to the Eels. That should be the penalty to the Eels. But that was clearly 2 and 1, 2 in the tackle. It's 3 in the tackle. No, Ezman falls off. It's clearly 2 in the tackle. That should be a penalty. But that should be a penalty to the Eels. Okay. Blake, it sounds like it's going to be an expensive 7 weeks of travelling for you, geez. Yeah. Well, this week we've got Suncorp against the Dolphins. Next week we have Manly away. Then we have Suncorp against the Eels. Then we're driving down to Newcastle. And then I think we have a bye at some stage. And we do have the Bulldogs in Sydney as well at one stage. All penalty to the Eels. Here we go. I guess that's karma for not getting the penalty just a few moments ago. If the Eels score here, this is game on. Oh, that's a good kick. They're 25 metres out. If the Eels score here, this is game on. Ahmad Sahame, hello, Ahmad. This is why Brighton's Brighton. This is why Brighton says what he says. If Eels score here, Broncos can't get complacent, man. I was thinking, 20 points up, 4 tries in this weather. They haven't scored yet, but I'm just saying. Oh! Chancy. Oh, Matt Dury taking out 13 metres out from the line, second tackle. It could be on here. Gutho. Oh, yeah, hop good to the left-hand side. By the way, they're back to 13 on 13. Eels scored with a man down. Left-hand side here. Regan Campbell. Gillard. No, 1 metre out. Logan says, what a kick. Great kick. 4 tackle here for the Eels. Brendan Hands. He's going to go left-hand side to Dylan Brown. Brown at the back here. Moses Simon! Oh, back. I don't know what's happened. Oh, foot in the line. Oh, bro. Eels trying to go. Still got 7 or so minutes to score a try. But it will be good. Oh, well, I don't even know if this is good Broncos defense. I think this is just poor attacking read from the Eels. Oh. Ez was going to have a hip drop here. There's going to be a sin bin for the Broncos. Hip drop by Ezra Mann. He's off for 10. All right. Broncos down him there for 10 minutes. Okay. All right. So this could make it an interesting finish here. Earlier in that set, yeah, that is a hip drop, but like that is a hip drop. Like, that is a hip drop. Comparatively to the other one, like, that is literally the definition of a hip drop, that one. So that is the correct call. That is the correct call. Alright, so the Eels will get the penalty here. I still find it stupid that they get the penalty, despite the fact tackles had already gone continued. But it's how the game works nowadays. I still find it difficult to go all the way back, but it has been called like that all season long. Gutho, right-hand side underneath here to Matt Dury. 5 minutes out of the line. 5 minutes out of the line. Second tackle. They give it off to Regan Campbell-Gillard! Oh, man, how did he not score? How did he not score? 2 minutes out here from the line. Oh, something's happened here to Regan. I'm pretty certain I've got to do this. Yeah, I'm pretty certain I know that channel, so I'm just going to get rid of that one. What's he trying to claim here? Oh, no, that's going to be a groin issue for Regan Campbell-Gillard. Oh, that's going to hurt. Oh! Is this going to be a Payne Haas simbin? No, I think he'll be right. This could be a simbin here for Payne Haas. I think that Payne Haas is about to get simbin here. I think Payne Haas is going to get simbin here. This is absolutely wow. They're not calling. That's insane that that's not a penalty and not a simbin. Given what we just saw, how is that not a simbin? That's insane to me. And not anything, not a penalty, nothing. Gutho right hand side here. Gets it off right hand side. Try time for the Eels! Sean Russell! Sean Russell, try time. Game on. 26-16 with a kick to come. Game on. But I don't understand how Payne Haas doesn't get binned there. Yeah, Sunday, Russell, mate, won her first time up. But yeah, exactly right. But there you go, 26-16 with a kick to come at the sideline. This is why Brighton removes Broncos fans for getting too early. And Eels are back in here. 26-16 with a kick to come. It's the hope that kills you. It is Sundo. This is the worst thing for Eels fans. If they don't win this game, it's like the hope that you have a chance. Yeah. Wouldn't be surprised if they sin bin him if it wasn't half there. But I just don't understand how you can sin bin the other one, which was a definite sin bin to Ezra Mam. But I don't understand how that's not a sin bin to Payne Haas. I don't get it. I don't understand the reasoning. I don't understand the reasoning at all, man. I don't get it. Yeah, good call, Jay. Like, the commentary's talking about it too. It's like, it makes no sense. It should be 13-11 for the next 10 minutes. Brendan says, hip drops weren't even a thing 5 years ago, but how has Haas not been binned? If it were Radley or Warrior Hargraves, the ref would not have hesitated. It's insane to me. Like, it was definitely worse than what Hopgood did. And this is what the commentary's saying. It was definitely worse than what Hopgood did. Mitch Moses will miss the kick. So it will be a 10-point game. There's still 15 minutes to go. Still game on, though. But it was absolutely worse than what Hopgood did. So I don't understand how Hopgood goes to the bin, not Payne Haas. Ezra Mam's one was a pure cold-hearted hip drop. And the Payne Haas one was clearly a hip drop based on what they're ruling. So I don't understand how he gets off. I don't understand how he gets off. Tibet King says, let's go, Eels are back. Tyreek says, when is Sam Farrell's back? Not too long. Memphis says, Gutho did so well to pass that ball under pressure. He did, yeah. Never count the bottom teams out this season. Eels can still come back. We'll never count anybody out this season, man. Never count anyone out. Joshua Mataltia says, I don't know if they're coming back. Well, they are coming back. Whether they win or not is a different story, but they definitely are coming back right now. So, Junior Bolo gets his ball out to the 11. Refs be holding the Broncos. Well, it's like yes and no. Like, it's not like the Eels can complain that they were robbed in this game if they don't win this game from here, but you're just frustrated that the inconsistency in that call. That should be a 6 again there for the Eels, but they're not going to call it. What was your thoughts on the Hopgood sin bin? I thought it was bullshit. It clearly wasn't, but it's what they're calling. It's consistency. It's consistently being called that. But then, to not call Payne Haas was outrageous. Gutho now, he'll run this ball to about the halfway point. Fit tackle. If the Eels can score again in the next 10 minutes, this is red hot. Brendan Hands, hey, look, it's funny how the Eels are playing better without Hodgson on the field, eh? Up it goes there. Good chase here from Sean Russell. He slowed down, though, which is poor. And Corey Oates is going to run this ball straight back into the line at the 20. You don't want to be making a mistake now. Peter Paraclos this morning, everyone. Zephaniah Pagasa says this guy wants the Eels to win, obviously. You can cry all you like, Zephaniah, but it's pretty blatantly obvious that should have been a sin bin to Payne Haas. The commentary's talking about it, too. Everyone's talking about it. We just want a good game, man. You know, Broncos win, appreciate the success and appreciate what they do, but you can cry like a little bitch all you want. Tibet Kings, what do you think about Gutherson's game? I think it's been fine. I think it's been whatever. I think he started off well, but I don't think he's done a great deal in the second half. But I think he's tried. Fourth tackle with the Broncos at the halfway point, left-hand side. They give it off to Flegler, and Flegler to Payne Haas, and Haas gets the ball to the 45. Like, if you can't see that's a sin bin for Payne Haas, then you're not a rugby league fan. Like, you're not. Like, even if you're a Broncos fan. Like, Brighton's a Broncos fan, he knows that's a sin bin. Adam Reynolds kicks that ball down into the corner, and that's good game management there from the Broncos. Good game management there. Said nice Titans beat the Broncos. No, they didn't. They lost. They lost fair and square. Just looks like you're crying like a little bitch, Zephaniah. We'll catch you later. Get rid of him. See you later, bud. Big Papa says, we don't deserve to win, being shit majority of this game. Absolutely. Eels have been shit majority of this game. Eels have been shit majority of this game, bro. But, you know, they're giving it a good go late on here with 13 minutes to go. And as we saw last night with the Panthers and the Rabbitohs, so you just can't write off a team at any point. Joshua Mattelji says, Broncos are the lightning. They will always find the way to lock it. They're going to favour. That was pretty cringe. Dave says, Payne Haas tackle wasn't a hip drop, in my opinion, mate. Well, that's why everyone else is talking about it being a hip drop, but cool. Second tackle here at the 20. Olivia says, I thought he was gone. Everyone thought he was gone. That's a knock on there from Ryan Maddow. That's poor. That's a poor pass there from Brendan Hands, to be fair. Slabber says, gift the one membership. There we go. Brendan Westling with the membership. Slabber, thank him. Appreciate Slabber for the gifted. But pretty poor pass there from Brendan Hands and knock on from Ryan Maddow. Very, very poor pass there. Yeah, that's poor. You can't blame Ryan Maddow for that. It's way too far in front of him. Elizabeth Gomez says, like whoever set losers will say we robbed. No, the Eels cannot claim robbed. Suppose says, what can a tackle do, though? There's no advantage for tackling a player on the legs, even if from behind. The classic tackle creates. Not the point, though. The point of the matter is that if you're saying that Hopgood is a sin bin, you're saying Payne Haas is a sin bin. Again, with what I said with Hopgood. Hopgood shouldn't have been binned, but the fact of the matter is it's consistency. So if you're going to sin bin Hopgood, then you have to sin bin Payne Haas, because what happened with Payne Haas is worse than what happened with Hopgood. It's not even an argument. That's why the commentary is so confused as well. Second tackle here, 8 metres out of the line. 8 metres out of the line. It's not about the tackle. It's about the fact that if the referee is going to be consistent, then Payne Haas is absolutely sin bin 10 times more than what that Jermaine Hopgood one was. But they're 2 metres out here from the line. 4 tackle here for the Broncos. They score here. This should be game over. Right hand side, Adam Reynolds at the back here. Oh, knock on Reece Walsh at 6 again. Oh, no, it will be a penalty, yeah. Take the 2, Broncos. Take the 2, Broncos. Take the 2, Reece Walsh. I don't know what you're doing here. Make it a 28-16 game here. Make sure the Eels can't win on the next two scores. They're going for touchy. Ooh, I disagree with that. If the Broncos don't score here, this could be a pretty poor decision. Brian says take the 2. I don't understand why you wouldn't take the 2 there. You solidify it up. You make sure the Eels can't score on the next 2 plays to win the game. Now, if the Eels were to score and score again, they can still win. But if the Broncos score here, it's game over for me. 10 minutes to go here of the game, guys. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you're new around here. Cowboys Knights tomorrow and Sharks Bulldogs. Right hand side. They'll give it off and taking down 3 metres out from the line. Second tackle. Billy Walters out the back into Reno. Reno here again. Reece Walsh knock on. That's why you take the 2. And that's why you take the 2. In this weather, why wouldn't you take the 2, Broncos? It makes no sense to me. It's like with last night, Cameron Murray. Cameron Murray choosing not to go to the 2 was ridiculous. And right now, Adam Reynolds not taking the 2 there was really silly. Yeah, again, try and score off every play. You're right, Brighton. Broncos try and score off every play. Jonathan Sutter says, Broncos take the 2 with a man up. Yeah, they're a man down as well, the Broncos. That makes no sense. That doesn't make any sense to me. Right-hand side, Junior Paulo gives up to Gutho. Gutho here, the right-hand side here. They're away. Panasini cuts back. He gets the offload away to nobody, but Junior Paulo picks it up at the 40. Second tackle here, and Junior Paulo will get this ball offloaded again. Brendan Hands at right-hand side here. They're away in the Eels, taking out the 45, third tackle. The Eels are giving it a crack, and it's just so silly for Adam Reynolds not to take the 2 there. So silly. Brendan Hands goes for the run himself. He goes out to the left-hand side. It'll be taken out to the 30, fourth tackle now. Play got some smell on Eels Schreier, be crazy. Gutho now gives this ball off to Hopgood. Hopgood here, he'll get taken down at 25. Still a 10-point game. What can they do? Hands gives off to Dylan Brown. Dylan Brown out the back into Gutho. Gutho kicks it through here. It's a pretty good kick. Oh, is that a knock-on from Sivo? Oh, no, it's a dropout. Okay, here we go. Good kick there from the Eels. It's a dropout coming up. Thomas says, I honestly don't know if the Eels will make finals with teams like Dolphins and many also find to make it. Oh, man. This last little flurry here from the Eels is giving you hope, but it's, as Justin Sunner said, it's the hope that kills you. Selwyn Cupper knocks that out, so there's a dropout coming up here for the Eels. Guys, let us know in the chat right now. Do you think the Broncos hold out here in tumultuous, wet weather in Darwin, or do you think the Eels win? Let us know in the chat right now. Comment right now who you think wins this game. Why are they going for the short kick? I don't get it. It's going to bounce back here for lucky for the Broncos. It's still the wrong decision, though. The Broncos need to be smarter going forward, man. Like, it's like, why are you going for a short dropout? Like, they'll take it. You'll take that. But that's wild to go for the short kick there. When you're up by 10 and you need them, you're a man down, Broncos. Exactly right, Blake. Stupid play. I don't get what's happening here. I don't get why the Broncos are doing what they're doing. If they just play this game and hold this out, like normal, kick that ball down deep. Like, they don't have, like, that's what I'm saying. The ball's bouncing their way tonight. They've been good, but, like, that's just wild that you go for a short drop out there. It's supposed to be a stupid choice. I don't get it. Especially down a man. So up it goes there from Adam Reynolds. Good solid kick there. Oh, no, it's going to go deep. It's going to go deep. That's an unlucky bounce there for the Broncos. Harrison says, poor Broncos. Eels win overly. Slubber says, Eels only win with J.A. Oh. Stop it, man. Blake says, this is why they got Reynolds to make decisions for this young side, but he's just dumb. I just don't, yeah, it's like, for this young side, you'd think he goes to the 2 there, and for this young side, you think he goes deep there, considering. So first tackle here for the Eels, they're going to get spotted at the 35. 64 Cookie says, okay, coach. Well, tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong, 64 Cookie. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong with that decision making. Brendan Hand's now with the ball. Brendan Hand's away here, gets it off to Gutho. Gutho's away here. Gutho gets his ball to the 30. Second tackle. Like, it's just silly. Like, you've got all these people in the chat who think they're heroes, but it's like, ooh, nearly a 6 again there. Second tackle here, gives off to Dylan Brown. Dylan Brown at the back here to Moses. Moses here to Sean Lane. Sean Lane now, he'll get this ball offload. Nah, it's a bad pass from Sean Lane. You blame Sean Lane for that. You blame Sean Lane for that one. It's a bad pass from Sean Lane. You can't blame Bryce Cartwright for knocking that ball on there. Some great man says, if they would have took the 2, they'd be up by 12 to make it 2 convert tries. I know, it's not rocket science, but 64 Kooky is obviously the smartest individual on the planet and doesn't understand what we're talking about. Jonathan says, no, that's it, Eels dump. Yeah, look at that. Like, why is Sean Lane uploading that ball? Again, it's wet weather footy. You're on second tackle, bro. You don't need to be doing that at all. You don't need to be doing that at all. Big Bubba says, no one in support around Gutho when he made that run. Yeah, absolutely. When you're trying to play catch-up footy, it's difficult, man. Like, it is. You know, it is difficult, but you don't make that pass there. You're on second tackle with 7 minutes still to go and a man advantage. Oh, no, the Broncos are they've got their man back now. Even if he caught that, he was covered anyway. It just made no sense. So first tackle of the Broncos, they're at the 30. You would assume the Broncos have this wrapped up by now. Like, yes, I know that 2 tries can be scored in 6 minutes, but you'd assume. Spell says, BA, Brad Arthur hoarding waters like he's on holiday in Bali and can only drink from bottled water. He loves his bottled waters, eh? How long has this been happening, by the way? I only have heard this being, like, spoken about in the last couple of, like, days. I've never personally noticed it, but then again, that's because I'm streaming and whatnot. Left-hand side here, they go to Flegler, and Flegler gets the ball to the 30. Fit tackle here. Whoa, jeez! The offload's so unnecessary. Fit tackle here. Fit tackle here for the Broncos there. 25 metres out, right-hand side to Adam Reynolds. And Adam Reynolds puts that ball up into the air. Sivo. Good take by Sivo, but good tackle by Selwyn Cobbo as well. 5 metres out from the run line. Wet weather footy is wet weather footy. Just hold on to the ball like anything could happen if you offload it. Well, yeah, look, it's high risk, high reward. Good. Oh, it's a good offload there by Cartwright, but it's just like, okay. Dylan Brown now. Dylan Brown's still going here. Dylan Brown's still going here. Dylan Brown's still going at 30. Good run, second tackle. Offloads galore. Yeah. And Ovin says, bro, if Haas gets charged, but it wasn't a sim, but I don't know what the ref's doing. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, everyone knows that's a sim of a pain. But, like, Eels are just there. They just don't know what to do. Brendan Hands gives it off to Maddo. Maddo at the back here to Dylan Brown. Dylan Brown gives it off to Bryce Cartwright. Cartwright to Sivo. Sivo here to 40. Sivo at the 40. Cuts back on the inside here. It's just absolutely done, Stags. And Sivo taking down the 30. Like, it's good to see the Eels giving fight, but, like, the Broncos should hold out from here, man. Forward tackle, they go right-hand side. Brendan Hands to Gutho. Gutho fakes it off, gives it off to Hopgood. Hopgood here himself. He looked for an offload, but he just slipped over. Fit tackle over the Eels. You'd probably say this is like their last chance, realistically. Moses back over the top here to Wimmer Grieg. Grieg here underneath to Dylan Brown. Dylan Brown here, still going here. Right-hand side. Paulo. Moses! 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 Over the top! Try it over the Eels! No, forward pass. Oh, they called forward pass. Oh, Broncos, thank your God. Thank your God. That's holy dooly, Broncos. Junior Paulo, great pass back on the inside of Moses. I think it is forward here. I think it is forward at the 6. Yeah, it's forward. Yeah. I don't know why Blocker's making an excuse for it. That's forward there from the Eels. Jeez, that's rough. Yeah, you're going to get timed out 64, Kooky. You just seem like a bit of a dickhead tonight. Medvedev says, great play, but it was forward. Absolutely. Absolutely. So 3.5 minutes to go here. You would say the Broncos should hold this one out. You would say the Broncos should hold this one out. Second tackle now, gets spotted at the 22. Here come the Eels. Malcolm says, oh, they tried. They gave it a go, but obviously the Broncos too good to hold them out. But the Broncos, they shouldn't have even allowed this game to be close. They looked like at a point they were going to hit 50, and then they just kind of slowed down completely. How's that a forward stuff the ref? No, Harrison, that's absolutely forward, bro. That's absolutely forward. So Herbie Farmer now gets his ball to the 40. 4 tackling. Jaden says, how the hell? No, that was forward, bro. That was forward, man. Fifth tackle gets the ball to the halfway point. 3 minutes to go. They need a miracle. It didn't look forward on live until replay. Yeah, replay showed that he's literally like kind of yeah. You could see spiral, tough kick in these conditions. But Sean Russell, okay, they have to score in this set. They would have to score in this set, man. Broncos have only taken the 2s. Great, man. They didn't take a 2 when they should have. I don't know what you're talking about. Big Ball Steak says Broncos need to stop playing like games 1. Absolutely, absolutely, man. They looked like they were going to win. Oh, that's 4 from Junior Paulo for me. That's 4. Wow, I think that should have been a 4 pass from Junior Paulo. It looked forward the whole time. I don't know what you guys are on about. At first, it didn't look forward, but definitely on replay, you could tell it was forward. So, 4th tackle here. We're in McGree. They need to score right now. Otherwise, it's game over here. Brendan Hanson, Dylan Brown, and Sean Lane. Sean Lane's been poor tonight, man. Sean Lane's been really poor. All right, 5th tackle here. Brendan Hands goes right inside Dylan Brown. Dylan Brown here. This is probably their last play of a chance. Moses to Gutho. Gutho here gets it off here to Penasini for himself here. The ball's gone out. No, not backward. That should be Broncos ball. That should be it. Selwyn Cobo's away here. Selwyn Cobo's still going. Taking out the 30. Good rumba. Blitz says, I can't, man. I was laughing at them. Then how they got a result. Now I can't stop laughing. I don't know what you're talking about. Blake says, I want to see the Broncos handle a full 80-minute grinding game. I personally don't think they would last with how much point chasing they do. Well, look, you got to take this also for what it is. Reece Walsh here. Oh, he's offloaded the ball. Why? Just take the blaze at this point, Broncos. You don't need to score. 3rd tackle here. Kurt Capewell gets taken down. Like, they don't need to offload. You don't need to score every play. 4th tackle. Harrison said, I hate Sean Lane. No, Sean Lane just had a poor game, man. He's had a poor game, but he was your best player nearly last year for the Eels. I just can't wait to see the Broncos against the Rabbitohs. This will tell me a lot about this team. Karen kicks it through for himself. No, Brendan Hands picks it up at the 10. It should be game. 56 seconds to go. They can't score twice. I don't understand why the Broncos feel the need to score when they're up by 10 with a minute to go. Oh, Sean Lane annihilated by Cobbo. Ahmad says Broncos should have been playing with 2 men down earlier. I agree, but in the same sense, I don't believe the Eels have been robbed here. I don't. I disagree with the consistency call. I think we all know that based off of what could happen, it should have been a bin. But in the same sense, the Eels haven't been good enough tonight. They just haven't been good enough. And the Broncos, they're lucky their complacency didn't cost them in the end. I can't believe they didn't hit 50. Like, they looked like they were going to dominate at one point. Right-hand side, Panasini kicks it through here. Panasini picks it up for himself. It kicks it through again. Should go over the sideline. Walsh will take it over the sideline. 3 seconds to go there. That should be the game. There. Malcolm says second half Eels try, but effort doesn't equal points. You're absolutely right. They gave it a go. Broncos got complacent, but the Eels just didn't have enough in them. And, silly mistake. Sean Lane shouldn't have been offloading when he was doing that. It was just silly offloads that had no real benefits to it. Unfortunately for the Eels, right now that's 10 points. They'll go, for the time being, they definitely go below the Raiders who have to bye. So they'll be in 13th maximum. They'll be in 13th maximum. They go to -3, plus 3. Their points differential is not the minus because of those last couple of tries. The Dragons, if they beat the Roosters, they'll go above the Eels. The Bulldogs, they beat the Sharks above the Eels. The Cowboys would have to win by about 35 points or so to go above the Eels there. Yeah, the Eels, man, they're losing these games close, but in the same sense, did they deserve to be as close as they did? I don't know, man. I don't know. The Eels have been super disappointing, but You know, got to get around the Broncos there, mate. They're doing well. You know, when you've got the momentum in your favour, when you're doing well, shit happens. And right now, they're 4 points clear. If the Wires are to beat the Storm, then they would go 2 points behind the Broncos, and they'll be second. But otherwise, the Broncos could finish 4 points clear by the end of the weekend. Obviously, they've got a big game against next week against the Rabbitohs. That'll be a really big test there for the Broncos. But yeah, there we go, guys. I appreciate you as per usual. Obviously, hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you are new around here. We'll be back tomorrow for the Cowboys and the Knights game, and also the Bulldogs and the Sharkies game. And yeah, I hope you had a good time. We had quite a few people on tonight. It was good to see, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Alright, guys, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. See ya.